Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. 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 Hello, Twitch chat. And welcome back. How are you all doing today? Hello. 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 Welcome to Friday. How are you all doing today? Welcome to the beginning of the weekend. Not the weekend. Yes, that's what it is. Hope you're all doing well. Siren, good morning. Ken say good afternoon. And thank you for the hydrate. Hold up. Yeah. Drink of the day is very freshly homemade, very, very cold lemonade with basically no sugar. So it's a lot of lemon, not a lot of nade. As in, my face caves in inward every time I take a sip from it. Like, it's very tart. Let's put it that way. Alzarath! Hey, good morning, Alzarath. Congratulations on the first. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello, hello. Arian, good afternoon. Hello, Arian. Galondia, good afternoon. How are you today? Hello, Afid. Good morning. The worm seems very angry. How are you finding Dune so far, Arian? How are you finding Dune? Tell me all about it, because I've been thinking about it. I have been thinking about it. But all I've seen from it, because I haven't had time to really look, is like how many tech problems army I had with it. So I'm slightly afraid. Endark! Hello, Endark! How are you doing? Hello, hello. Always lovely to see you. Things have been busy where I am. Oh, I hope it's the good kind of busy. Always lovely to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Maddie, good morning, Maddie, and enjoy your lurk. Hello. Thank you for being here. MJM, good afternoon. Hello, MJM. How's it going? The ball is angry. I too am a very, very, very old-time Oriana player, Siren. That sentence, more than anything else from League, is stuck in my head. Like, every now and again, when someone goes like, oh, this is angry, I go like, the ball is angry. Yeah, that shit stuck with me. Like old, like ancient time League, by the way, like old League. I'm right there. More of a lemonade than a lemonade. Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a lemon explosion. Here's the thing, though. I like that a lot. I'm not going to tell you that I'm known to eat lemons. Like, just eat a lemon. But I wouldn't mind a lemon. I wouldn't mind at all. Aaron says, I find it very fun, but some of the others I'm playing with had problems. Graphic glitches mostly, but besides that, it runs okay. Okay. Most FPS drops I had was from 120 to 80 FPS and some Sandstorm Worm stuff. That's okay. I'm usually less concerned about FPS and more about, like, it crashing or overheating or exploding. Shit like this. It's technically the good kind, says Endok. Hell yeah. Not that a knee replacement surgery. I hope everything went well. She's doing alright, but I've been her gopher for the last few weeks. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Like, good on you, by the way. Endar, good on you. That says a lot of good things about you being there. I hope recovery goes swiftly and surely. All the best. It's always, this feels weird to say, all the best to your mother. Tips hat. Cremo! Good evening, Cremo! Really want to play the Dune game, but the backlog. Yeah, my personal my personal backlog right now is what? Yowling, Void War, Fantasy Life. I'm done with the current content of Tales of Seikyu. I still need to finish Badlands Crew. That's it, I think. A couple of days and the Once Human server that we're on changes, and then I'm gonna be playing Once Human again. Oh. My PC temp around 50 to 70 degrees Celsius, but my PC stands in a very tight corner, so it's warmer either way. CPU temps. Oh, that is like chill as fuck, yeah. No, that is absolutely fine. Okay, Kremmer says, listen. Now listen, what you do with a lemon is you peel the zest, just the yellow part, not the whites. You put it in some 98% alcohol or maybe 40% vodka, and you leave it there for a while for all the flavor to infuse. And then you mix it with simple syrup and maybe a bit of water until it's drinkable. Oh. Okay. I can do that. Okay. I mean, I've worked with lemon zest like plenty, right? Like, use it in all sorts of baking recipes, for example. I hadn't thought about putting how much. Like, let's say you had a liter of vodka. How much lemon zest would you add? Just like as much as you can. 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking lemons. I mean, the quantity doesn't matter on the upper limit. There's only so much, right? The salad mix I bought has raw cabbage in it. Who eats this? What? That's normal? What do you mean? What? How? What? Oh no, I'm thinking lettuce. Hold on, I'm thinking lettuce. What the fuck? What do you mean there's raw cabbage in it? What? Who the fuck? Good morning, Ham. And also, I'm momentarily confused it with lettuce, and I'm like, that's completely normal. What do you mean? Lettuce is in every... No. Oh, you know what? It's more common than you might think, but I don't like it. Now that I think through some of like salad mixes that we've had in the past, like we usually have some sort of salad mix on hand. Because I really have grown to like salad. But I haven't grown to liking making salad, too much cutting of too many small things. So we just buy like salad mixes whole. Then add like very light dressing, maybe one or two other ingredients to it, just to spice it up and then be done with it. And you know what? Like, cabbage is a surprising amount of ingredient in a lot of them, and I hate it. Yeah, the people who eat it are the ones who don't realize someone else has swapped it for lettuce. You use like 4 to 6 lemons, depending on size. That's not unreasonable, yeah. That's a decent amount of... Okay. You know what? You know what, Crembo? I'm doing that. How long do you think a while would be? I mean, it's just like a taste test thing, right? Like, you just taste for it and go. Got a new translation this month. One of these days I'll get into it. There's just nothing about it that really draws me to play it except, might as well. Right? Like, that's the thing about depersonalization. I have it on wishlist, I have it on quote-unquote backlog, but it's only because I might as well look at it, and I have no personal connection to it. Coleslaw is cabbage salad, right? Well, coleslaw, like, uses cabbage, but, like, not raw, right? I usually do it in sous vide. 2 hours at 57 Celsius exactly at room temp, who knows, 2 weeks more. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. But no, I'm still not fucking with sous vide. It's a preparation method I just do not enjoy whatsoever. I can just let that sit. That's fine. That's cool. No, but that's it on depersonalization. Like it's just not drawing me in. Maybe it should, but unless I find like specific impetus to deal with it, I don't think I will. There's probably like 10, 20, 30 other titles on my backlog that I just forgot about. Like, my game backlog is very much like a very, very small table. Eventually, by putting new things on it, others fall off the table, and then whatever touches the ground is forever forgotten about. There's probably a lot like that. And that's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, effort. It's fine. F only for me. Oh no. Says my bitrate is fine? Hold up, what? It says everything's fine on my end. Hold up, let me mute this real quick. Let me see whether... Did everyone go to hell? Nope. Others are fine. What the fuck? Huh? I'm so very confused. Test? Hello? I suppose? Anyone? Oh, I see it everywhere, though. Okay, no, that was okay. Like, Armia just had the problem. Okay, Armia did the same thing. There was, okay, this was me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Twitch. Whee! Okay. Missing favorites, no streams at all. Yeah. Okay, so that wasn't on my end. That was Twitch. I just switched over to Armia's channel, and like everyone there was posting like rip as well. Okay. I hope you're back. If anything like that happens, do let me know. Thank you, everyone, by the way. Thank you very much. Fun fact about lemon zest, that's the limoncello flavor, which is different from lemon juice flavor. Yeah, absolutely. Like, zest and lemon juice have very different flavor. That's why you don't add a lot of lemon juice into, like, a lot of baking recipes, but you do add a shit ton of lemon zest. Leave the peels in a small bowl with 55 grams of white per lemon for an hour overnight. Oh, yeah, no, I see what you mean, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the ingest servers going down. Army and I are on very different ingest servers. I can tell you that for a fact, Elzerath. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But I saw like I just went through a couple of other channels that are all geographically separate from me. So something probably went to hell. The US ones were fine. I just went to one of the US ones and they weren't fine. It's okay. As long as we're back and this is nothing that I have to fix, everything is fine. That is the important part. The important part is everything is fine. Do not think about the event. And that is what I wanted to make. I wanted to make a toggle that flashes remain indoors on screen. Don't worry about it. You don't have to get that joke. But I wanted that. I need to make that still. So, plans for today. There are two things that I want to talk to you all about today. First thing. If you haven't voted yet, gone and voted yet, on Discord right now is a poll that's up for the next 6 hours, and then it closes. Today's the last day it's open. For what we're going to do with the rest of the LDA playthrough. And the question is, hey, do we like move on to the next game? The next game is very likely Cyber Knights or Fuga 3, one of the two, I don't know yet. Or do we do a different, do we do one of the actual like endings for it? I have had a friend of mine who's played through the game tell me that there is one definitive-ish ending that's better to get than the others. And they've given me like a small little note with things I need to do it. I haven't looked at it yet because he says that's spoilers. But in essence, we'd go do that. So there's a poll up on Discord, one for, hey, go next, and one for, we do that ending. It doesn't apparently take as long as playing through the entire thing again. That would be crazy. That would be another 40 hours. But it'll be a bit. Yeah. So whatever the outcome of that vote is, that is what we'll do. I think it's currently mildly in favor of continuing, but I haven't really looked at the results. I have not looked at the results yet. So that's the one thing. The other thing that we're doing today is we have a new Rune Factory. Woo! We don't have Rune Factory 6. No Rune Factory 6, but we just got Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, which is a spin-off-ish. Think like the way that I think about it is like the way I think about a Monhan Rise, right? It's like a main series adjacent spin-offy kind of in between side game. But it is Rune Factory. And fucking love Rune Factory. Can't be right. I've never seen anyone playing API error. No, that's a care problem. That is entirely a care and I problem. Homemade. I am the issue. Woo! So, first things first. Before we go into Rune Factory, your average disclaimers. Absolute streamer privilege. They've given me a copy for it. I've been granted a free access to video game by whoever's managing the content creator campaign for it. I've long since given up on trying to attribute this to anyone. Sometimes it's the publisher, sometimes it's the dev, sometimes it's like a PR agency you've never heard about, sometimes it's a PR agency that you have heard about. I don't fucking know who does what anymore, especially for companies like that, where it's like, okay, listen, I clearly have no idea who's managing what. So in this case, the important part being the powers that be have done the here have a free shit. The important part with that is always that you must know about it for obvious, not just legal reasons, but let's be honest, moral reasons. So we're going to have a first look at Rune Factory today. I will tell you this already. I've played every Rune Factory so far in the series. I was intending on playing this one too. Some of you might know that I have a really annoying soft spot for like these farming life sim style games. I like them a lot. There's like a little happy, like quiet place in there somewhere in between all the other dumb shit that I normally play. And I've liked them ever since I grew up on basically Harvest Moon, right? Like fucking Game Boy Harvest Moon. This is the next iteration. We've just looked at Tales of Seikyu, which are wonderful. I can't wait for that game to be developed more. I'm playing a shit ton of Fantasy Life with a small one outside of stream, obviously. And here's another one. So, I'm going to boot this up. But mostly because I want to view... I can't talk today. Speaking hard. I hope this handles well. Rune Factory doesn't necessarily have the best history of, like, PC, keyboard, mouse, anything adaptation. It certainly doesn't have the best history of, like, capturing. This captured fine when I tried it before stream. But it also had some really weird noise issues. There we go. Played some DS Rune Factory games, never really hooked me, but I still enjoyed my time with them. Great character designs in the series, right? Exactly. Rune Factory has always... It's weird, like I have a couple of friends that like exalt this game above everything else, right? Not specifically this one, but Rune Factory as a series. And Rune Factory to me has always been like a kind of second fiddle in here are the amount of, or here are the types of farming sims that I enjoy, because mostly Rune Factory mainline can get very in-depth and it can get hyper grindy, right? Rune Factory, unlike like a lot of other modern day farm sims, historically leans into hyper optimization, hyper grind, number crunching, which is a niche in the genre that isn't super exploited. I felt like to an extent Sakuna kind of did that. Although Sakuna was much more story driven and also about rice. But Rune Factory has always been a bit more try-hard than what we nowadays would call like your farm lifestyle sims, right? Harvest Moon, certainly you can optimize to hell and back, but why would you? Stardew, why would you, unless you don't want your grandpa to disapprove of you? And like even Seikyu looks like a game that doesn't really want to be optimized, it just wants to be lived in. And I love those type of games. Rune Factory has always been a bit more try-hard than that. Which is cool, but it's an aspect that I'm okay with, but not something that I look for in these style of games traditionally. So that's kind of like the like setting apart factor that Rune Factory as a series has always had, right? can be bought with games. Bitch, I can be bought with a lot of things that are much, much cheaper than video games. I've said this on stream before, like, I'm a very cheap whore. Like, but you're also right, I can be bought with video games. That's correct. It depends what you want me to do, right? Like, if, like, you want me to do something inconsequential, absolutely, I can be bought with video games. But different things at different prices. Hey, Wolf Warrior, how you doing? Yeah, the best acting, well done. I can be bought with a slice of cheap pizza? Exactly. Exactly. Like, it can be cardboard that you made to look like pizza with, like, permanent marker, for example. I'll accept that. If you tell me there'll be ice cream, I'll follow you. It doesn't matter whether there will be ice cream at the end. I'll believe you. So... but no. So what we're looking at today is the new Rune Factory. Whee! I've also decided, Twitch chat, I've decided that I want to do this. This is going to break like a bunch of cards today. I'm sorry. But like, I kind of want to be a bit scrungly today. I've decided I want to be a scrungle today. So this is going to break a shit ton of cards. Hey, look, there's still a duck attached. This is going to break a shit ton of cards, but like, I just want to float around and be happy today. This usually means that like, we're going to be a bit everywhere because I still haven't calibrated this little scrungle all that well. On the topic of scrungles, by the way, so what you're currently seeing is the 1.0 scrungle that Gloomy made, right? Like I commissioned Gloomy for this. I know a shit ton of people that have one like it, and I wanted one too. And I love this little guy. Look at her, she's so happy. She's so happy. However, Gloomy has semi-recently posted a 2.0 version of these. And I might have just commissioned one. I might have just commissioned like a 2.0 version of this. We're going to still also be using this one. We're going to use both. I think I'm going to put both of these in cards. And they're just like, I don't know, like this model is really comfortable. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. One thing I do want to try, though, really quickly, before we start going on, is I want to see whether I can mess with something. The answer might be no, by the way. So I want to be about here. So what if that goes to 10? Oh, that's not right. What if that goes to minus 10? Okay, that way we can't fall off the screen anymore. I think. Oh no, we can still fall off the screen. Oh, that's how that's measured. I see. Never mind, I'm stupid. Hold up. So if we just say... What if the max for this is... No, the max for this is 10. No, that doesn't do the thing. Hold up, we're figuring this out. No, not 90, oh no. I'm messing with parameters. I need to know, if you need to know whether any of the cards work for this, the answer is no. The answer is flat out no. Is that what you want to know? Because, like, no. Why does this... So we put this to 10? No, it still does it. Why does it not... Why can I not cap it at here? Is that the wrong parameter? Maybe it is the wrong parameter. This is this. That's the lean, okay. Maybe it's that? What if we put this to, like, 3? Ah! Okay, now we can't go as far off screen. I'm happier with this. Wonderful. Wonderful! There we go. There we go. If a duck can be added, and if so, what happens? Oh, you can absolutely add a duck. We can absolutely add a duck. That is 100% in. What we can't do, because I haven't used those buttons yet, is like flip the model or move it or like manipulate any of the costumes because none of these exist. Where do we add this little guy? We can add him up top here. But he'll just go off screen a lot. So, oops. Oh no, that's the Zoe. That's not the Kensei. There we go. There we go. Here we are. Better. I think. I think that's better. Let's move slightly there. All right. So, go to neutral. There's neutral. We found neutral. Everything's fine. Oh my god, you're so bouncy. A fistful of ducks. I mean, that's where we add the next couple of ducks. Absolutely true. All right. So, everyone, shall we begin? It is going to be scrungly today. God, I love this model. New game. We're going to pick a Zoe. We're going to make a Zoe. Big surprise. It needs to press enter to confirm it. I don't like that. Hey, look, a Zoe. A fine name. When were you born? Does anyone remember our debut day? Does anyone remember when we debuted? I don't.
What? I'm here and ready to take over the Spooniverse. Just so long as there aren't more bowls than I have spoons, because that would be quite awkward indeed.
Quite awkward indeed. Hello, Baxius. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. 1705? Are you sure that's not? No, that's. Isn't that when we had anniversary? Oh, was that why? I don't know. I don't know. Baxius, thank you for the 54 months. Thank you so much. You know what? We'll go with the standard. We'll go with winter 9. How much of a challenge do you desire? Let's go balance. Zoe, balance, go. God. This is gonna go so well. I can already tell you. This is gonna go so well. So Ryden, what? What? Thank you for the 5 gift subs. What the hell? What? Thank you so much. The little gremlin. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Very kind. These ones are probably gonna get used to auto food later.
Me?
Not gonna lie. We're dragon riding.
Aim for the horns.
I know.
Why for the horns? Rar? You'll fly me closer? I want to hit them with my sword? Aerial melee battles, by the way. Really cool. I need more of that shit. Bonk. And then both dragons just rammed into each other face first. Everyone fell to the ground. The end. The collector edition is going to start shipping out on the 20th. Oh, soon. Soon. Good morning.
Oh, just a dream.
So we'll figure out which buttons work today. Space doesn't do it. Okay.
Good
Rune Factory again.
Finally awake in there?
Alright. If you feel lost, use escape to open. Oh, we actually have keyboard commands. Cool. Check the tutorials in the adventure log, which offer helpful hints. We've got mouse control.
What time it is?
Wait, is this finally a Rune Factory that actually works on PC for, like, anything? Oh, I just realized that this is another Rune Factory. Yeah! Not Rune Factory 6, but like Rune Factory. Misty! Good morning, Misty! You can change into any outfit by... Boop. We don't have any. We are outfitless. Yo, rice balls. Let's go. adorable. And also looks like a Toho character. Cheerful tea house proprietress Iroha.
I'm sorry. Now, hurry and wash up. We'll have breakfast after we tidy the shrine.
Didn't expect voice
More
acting.
cleaning today? I didn't realize you were such a neat freak.
Actually, didn't
Cleanliness is a
expect full
daily
voice acting.
routine. Besides, those who don't work don't eat. I
Oh.
suppose. Could I ask you to take care of the sweeping again? Okay.
Otherwise, no breakfast. A bamboo broom. Okay, we go sweep. With the grass. We swept up a rock.
Hard to believe you've been with us for half a year.
Oh, this is
now.
really fluid. So,
Has it really been that long?
well, let's wait after the cutscene.
And boy, did we start off with a bang. I'll never forget walking into the shrine to find you crumpled on the floor, under a big hole in the roof.
Oh, we did
Can't
that?
help but think you must be someone really special.
Because we survived?
Like a messenger from the Dragon God or something. Oh, please. I doubt that.
Oh,
Divine envoy or no, I'm happy to have you. Since so many villagers have moved out, it feels good welcoming a new neighbor for a change. Thank you. I'm glad to hear it.
so, not a big secret. We played Rune Factory 5 on stream, and I was like the biggest fan of 5. I think 5 would have done better for me had it been, like, had I played it on any other medium than PC. Because 5 didn't feel great. 5 felt like super stilted, super clunky. And I struggle to express this, but 5 felt like it was stuck like in a different decade still. Right? I don't know. I'm hoping that with Azuma, which is definitely going to be a bit more experimental than the mainline titles, we're going to see like a new iteration on what the series can do, right? And so far, this already feels more fluid.
And I'm sure the god residing here would agree. So, who is the god of the shrine anyway?
But we are doing an amnesia plot.
Good question. All I know is that they're a dragon. What was their name again?
Oh, they've been
think
forgotten to
it's
hell.
Moko something? Oh, that's kind of cute. Anyway, they're a protector god, so we should pay our respects.
I think if you've forgotten their name, it's a bit
Can
late
we
for
use
that.
this to perform the ritual prayer and dance?
Hey, Benton, how you doing? A plum branch. Doop. Oh. Oh.
Prosper. I offer these humble words. Great
Not
God
much of a
the
dance.
Dragon Shrine, Moko something. May your divine glory shine forth and bless us all forevermore.
Something, please don't call the god Moko something. But, perform the dance of bonds at a safe statue to establish a link with the divine dragon within, saving all your current progress. It's a link very much if you were talking to a colleague that you've been introduced to last year, you forgot their name like almost immediately, but now it's too late to ask. Now it's weird. You're like 20 hours ahead. Oh, cool. Men's already in. I talked to Laura.
Perfect. You always look so graceful when you dance. It's mesmerizing.
Well, we haven't face planted yet.
Why a plum branch, I wonder?
Oh,
They say the
renewal.
dragon god really likes plum blossoms for one. I think it's also supposed to help you forge an eternal bond with them. Can it really do that? Sis!
Oh, tiny.
Suzu! I brought you lunch! Aw, you sweetie. Thanks. And here you go. Enjoy.
Yo, lunch.
Thank you so much. Wait, is
she hungry too? Do you want to share?
Ooh, can I? Suzu, where are your manners? Sorry. Eating is this girl's favorite hobby.
Me
That's
too!
alright. Food tastes better when you share it anyway. Here, Suzu.
True. Cooking for yourself is fucking miserable. Cooking for people is one of the most fun things you can do.
Suzu.
Aha.
It's actually one of my favorite things to do. Unless it's a huge party, in which case it's annoying.
Good morning.
Suzu, I see you're a bright little ball of energy as always. There's a good girl.
Aww.
I'm the best girl.
Aww.
That you are. Now then, would you two come with me? The IA will be leaving shortly, and I thought you might like to see her off.
Anything more than a dozen people is a pain. A dozen's already a lot, mostly because, like, at a dozen, I have to start multiple pots and pans. Like, ideally, like, 4 or 5 people. I'd say up to 8 is when I'm still comfortable just, like, cooking, right? Anything more than that, I have to make a deal out of it. Yeah, like, at that point, I have to start, like, the whole ordeal with, like, proper prep. Like, at that size. Like, I'd say, like, 8 is probably stretching it already, right? Did you hear about how many units the Switch 2 sold on its first 4 days? No, but let me guess, a drama load amount. We have, like, huge fucking drama in Germany about the fucking thing because the main seller here is pulling really shady bullshit currently. They're pulling really, really shady bullshit. Like, denying people their pre-ordered, already paid for copy unless they also buy, like, a special, like, fucking insurance for it, or, like, an insurance extension, which, by the way, is illegal. Like, the extension not, but, like, the forced couple thing, is very, very much illegal. And that's going on, like, on a wide fucking scale here at the moment. It's really fucking shady. 3.5 million in 4 days. I have no idea whether that's good for a console or not, but I'm not in the console market. Like, I never understood console metrics or, like, the fight therein. Is that good? Like, it sounds like a lot, obviously. That sounds insane, but I don't know. I've nothing to compare to. My table really only seats 8 anyway, so that's probably it. Let's see. We can comfortably get, like, 8 people around our main table, yeah. We have one of these tables that you can extend, like, the entire thing, like, can be shoved apart, and then there's an extra section underneath it that, like, comes out and, like, fills in the middle. That description doesn't help anyone. It's a big asshole table that's very, very heavy and very, very old, and it can be, like, folded open to extend. And then we can fit about, like, I'd say, like, 14 people around that. But I don't want to. That's too many people in my house. I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, like 8 is very comfortable. Always a scam. I mean, in this case, it's worse because it's also like they're forcing the people that have pre-ordered, prepaid the thing, right? And they're offering it for like 99 euros, which is a considerable amount. That's like a quarter of the price of the fucking thing, right? It's really bad. And that's the main, like, partnered retailer here in Germany. The main partnered retailer pulling that shit. They've always been a shitty company, by the way. They've always been a dog shit company. Or corporation, rather. They're much more than one company. But that's the only thing I know about the Switch 2 sales, is that there's like a shit ton of drama going on here. It's amazing. Okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. The original sold 2.7 million in its first month. The PS4 took 6 weeks to reach 4.2 million. Switch 2 sold 3.5 in 4. And that without any, like, interesting launch titles? That's kind of crazy. Yeah, Mario Kart, I know. Blah, 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 Mario Kart. But like, that's it, right? Like, there's nothing really, like, I looked at all of the launch titles on it, and there's, like, nothing. There's nothing big. I figured if they were, like, launching with the new Donkey Kong thing that they keep showing off, like, that would have done something, but there's, like, nothing interesting to launch on. I mean, everyone has different tastes, right? But it's a small launch roster, regardless of whether you can find anything in there to enjoy. But launch roster here nor there. Obviously, the lifespan of the console is going to be the much more important thing. And as I've said before, I will likely have to get one eventually when they bring out the next Fire Emblem or, you know, Unicorn Overlord 2, something like that. A lot of the upgrade games and people wanted to play their OG Switch games with better performance. Is it though? Is it? Nintendo games re-release in 4K, that's definitely worth it. Yeah, because it's totally native 4K and not just fucking garbage. You know, Baxis, the people that are raving about, oh, this looks so good in 4K, probably have it connected to, like, screens that don't even support 4K. Fuck 4K gaming. Like, just fuck that shit. Looked it up. It's serious Japanese VA. Oh, cool, cool, cool. That is nifty. The world's small.
My thanks.
Many thanks. Will this one do?
This way, then.
I should check whether F confirms. Oh, F seems to skip. Spring Village. That is a very large and very old... Oh, that looks fucked.
Have you managed to settle in?
What the hell is this village?
Everyone's been so helpful.
Did we get bandit raided yesterday?
Good. Nearly 50 years have passed since the celestial collapse. Our village once bustled with travelers from all over Azuma. Now, it's but a shadow of its former self.
Yeah, this village looks awful. Baxi says 1080 is all I need. I mean, I'm open to going higher, but like, I don't see a benefit right now. It seems overhyped for one exclusive and a few dozen re-release titles only. I'll tell you this, like, buying one for me would have the same logic as like pre-ordering specific games, right? Like, don't pre-order games. But if I know that I'm going to play a title anyway, like for example, they announced Monster Hunter 7. I can pre-order Monster Hunter 7 today because I know that no matter how dog shit it is, no matter how much drama there will be in development, no matter how much the studio burns down, I will play it when they release it. Like, I'm already sure of that no matter what happens along the road. With the Switch 2, the case is I could pre-order one, or I could buy one right now because I know that eventually I will have to buy one anyway. And I feel like a lot of people that are very much into the, like, Nintendo school of video games have that same feeling. They go, I'm going to buy this thing anyway for the next Pokemon, for the next Fire Emblem, for the next whatever the fuck, Mario, Kirby, no matter what mainline title, right? So why not be in at the ground floor? And that's what's fueling a lot of the hype. I don't think it's a lot of people that are buying the thing right now because, oh my god, must play Mario Kart at release. I don't know. Whatever, right? Give some time to work out launch bugs if they exist. I still believe that that is so fucking oversold. My Switch that is sitting here that has been like faithfully working since the entire life cycle of the console is a day one Switch 1. Done. All of these people that go like, oh, the OLED version, you need to buy that one. Like, why? Oh, because the screen's better. Motherfucker, this thing isn't leaving its dock. What are you talking about? Oh, but the battery. Who gives a shit about the battery? This thing is like hard locked. It has its own socket, for Christ's sake. But the processor. The new ones run just as shitty as the first version. Who gives a shit? I can't get any frames on Breath of the Wild no matter which version I have, right? So I don't give a fuck about the Switch 2 improving over its life cycle. It won't. Like, they'll throw it out, put some marketing terms on like a 2.5 or something, and go like, oh, you must buy the new version now. Like, fuck it. The day one will be just as serviceable as the day year 3. And if it isn't, because it blows up, then that's a warranty issue or a lawsuit issue. So who gives a fuck, right? Right, like, whatever. I don't think there's any, like, meaningful reason for that, outside of, and this is a very specific niche, but you might fall into it, if you take the thing somewhere. If the battery life of it matters to you, if the main screen of it matters to you, because you are traveling with it, then there will definitely be some fucking improvements to it over its life cycle. But for the like traditional console use of stationary here, done with it, who gives a fuck? Lol, reconnect the controller when it was connected. Ah, that's a hardware failure, right? My launch version Switch still works fine too, but as a handheld, the top I play, I Switch 2 is my jam. Yeah, no. Like for you that matters, right? So, and for you that is clearly like a distinguishing factor. If it says be careful, that's what I expect of Vampire the Masquerade 2 4 years later and 3 studio changes, I rescinded my pre-order. No, absolutely, but there are series of it. Like this is what you should do, like regardless, right? Like don't do what I say. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. There are series that are so fucking core that I have to deal with them, right? And part of that is because of content creator, right? Let's say the new Monster Hunter. Let's say they make a new Monster Hunter. It goes through 3 different studios. There is drama beyond belief. It takes 10 years to come out. I will still cover it day 1 because I need to see how bad the dumpster fire is, because content creation, right? And even if I wasn't a content creator, I would still play it day 1 because I want to see how big the dumpster fire is. Like, there is a weird innate joy in seeing something you love burn down, even though you don't want to, right? There's a fascination in that. There's a very weird fascination in that. And even though my heart aches for all of the Vampire the Masquerade fans out there, of which I am not one, I will be open about that. Like, I'm sorry that that series or that universe gets treated that shittily. It doesn't deserve it. There are series, franchises, titles that I am invested in enough that it doesn't matter. The road between now and its release does not matter. Not because I expect it to still be good, but because no matter whether it is good or not, I'll have to be there. So, Metroid's gonna be the game that pushes me to get the Switch 2. See, there you go. Like, fuck it, Monster Hunter like made me buy a PS4. I didn't own a PS3. I was never planning on buying a PS4 either. Fucking World made me buy a PS4. To this day, this is the only like PS4 game I own. The console has never been switched on since World came to PC. I guess Pokemon is the series that broke that rule for you. I'm not super interested in modern day Pokemon, I'm gonna be honest. Z through A is likely an exception. Because that's not mainline, but for example, the latest mainline series I didn't cover. I didn't like cover Scarvio. I didn't buy Scarvio. I don't plan on it either. I have no interest in it. It seems mediocre at best to me. Right? I think competitive Pokemon's interesting, but like I'm not a competitive player. I'm a viewer at most. But Pokemon is very much a series that turned from, oh, I must play this every time one comes out, like for the longest time, right? I grew up with that series, to whatever. But that was one thing that was broken long ago. Like, for example, Black and White and Black and White 2 are Pokemon mainline titles that I never really dealt with. Like, I kind of like skipped them entirely. They came out in a part of my life where I didn't pay attention to Pokemon anymore, right? X and Y I planned on skipping as well until we were stuck at like a company thing for over a weekend, and a colleague and I both decided we have nothing better to do. Fuck it, let's go buy the new quote unquote, it wasn't new at the time anymore. Let's go buy the latest Pokemon title and just like do that while we're sitting in our fucking hotel room. Like, we skipped out on a company dinner because we were just playing Pokemon. We pretended we were sick. They bought it. Funny. Like, all of that I completely skipped over. I really only got back into it with, what, Sword and Shield? And Sword and Shield wasn't great. I didn't like Sword and Shield. So, when Scarvio came out, I skipped that entirely. I loved the shit out of Legends. Legends was fucking fantastic. But before that divide, I bought every single Pokemon game that ever released, including fucking spin-offs. Loved me some Pokemon Pinball, for Christ's sake. Right? Yeah. That is a series that broke that like a long time ago. Like a long, long time ago. Ham says PS4 was the last console I bought. I might get a Switch 2, but nothing they released really appeals to me. That's exactly, like, I was still umming and ahhing about a Switch 2, Ham, until I looked at the entire launch roster and decided, listen, there's nothing in there I want to play. We have a family game to play already. I don't need Mario Kart right now to play with the kids. I don't care. There's nothing in there. I will buy one eventually, but nah. The Switch 1 was a really, really good console for me. I'll say that. The Switch 1 was a really good console for me. There are so many cool titles on there that I really, really enjoyed. So, I reckon those series, think your Disgaea, although that's PC now as well. Think Pokemon, think any Vanillaware thing. Please give me another Unicorn Overlord, please. All of that stuff. There will likely be something. Tri-Strat. Fucking Tri-Strat, right? There will likely be something akin for the Switch 2, and I will get one if that, like, comes true. Like, there will certainly be a Fire Emblem, right? There will certainly be a new Fire Emblem. Grimoire. Outfit, life's worth living, friend. Yeah, I hope you know that. I just made the connection that my daughter's going to be old enough to game soon. Yeah, we always wanted always wanted ours to become a healer so that we wouldn't have to worry about that anymore. But nope, no, she really doesn't like anything dealing with combat. Like even we're playing Fantasy Life, right, together. Like all of the combat stuff, no, like I have to do that. She doesn't want to deal with the combat, not at all. Born Gatherer though. Absolutely Born Gatherer. That's the thing she wants to do. She could hit rocks all fucking day. She could hit rocks all fucking day. That's the thing. I don't know what I did to cause this, but like, yo, you want to chop some trees? Hell yeah! And then she goes off chopping trees. Like she's a crafter. She's a crafter. That is kind of the thing that I kind of need to do with her eventually. Maybe in a couple of years. We get her into FF14. Like, okay, kid, mom and dad are gonna play healer and tank. You go craft gear. Give her Stardew Valley, never need a babysitter again. She doesn't like Stardew. Weirdly enough, she doesn't like Stardew at all. I tried. No. I think it's something about the social aspect of it. Baxius, I think it's the like social interact with townspeople aspect of it that she doesn't like. She's about as social as I am. So not at all. My kiddos like more games, but alas, their favorite obsession is Roblox, though the eldest adores Spore. That is a cancer that mine isn't befallen by. Roblox, as well as like Fortnite, is something that like is still really popular with like her peers, but she doesn't give a fuck about. Thank God. Like, to an extent, I don't even give a shit about Fortnite, right? Like, whatever. That's just a game. I don't think shooters should really be handled by children that age, but sure, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna have a moral hissy fit about it. But fucking Roblox? Ugh. Cesspit. Absolute fucking cesspit. I didn't try to keep her out of it, she just naturally doesn't have an interest in it. And that's it. That's the good thing. I will say Chris, my son, he is much more gamey. Alas, the thing that he enjoys a lot is card games. So we're playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! He just got into Magic Arena. And by just, I mean last week. He asked me to teach him Magic, so I did. Now that's all he's doing. I've lost him to the Dark Gods, I suppose. But I'm teaching him Digimon next week. So maybe that'll save him, I don't know. Maybe that'll save him. Our village once bustled with travelers from all over Inazuma. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. We'll get back to video game in a second. Sorry, I'm ranting. Not the card games. The thing about it is, I really like card games, and I'm not gonna lie, like, being able to just, like, jam Yu-Gi-Oh! Something has been, like, a huge bonding opportunity. It's been, like, I've said this before, like, one of the few things that he, like, managed to cram into his bag before he got unceremoniously fucking kicked out was, like, a really shitty, mega abused cards Yu-Gi-Oh deck. That's, like, one of the few things that he brought with him. And it's been, like, a really, really big component of, like, going, like, hey, you wanna just, like, sit down, play some cards. Like, we don't have to talk about shit. We just go play cards, and we are in a room together, and that's it, right? That's helped a lot. It's fucking helped a lot. Wanna hyperfixate on funny cardboard forever? Right? Exactly. And did you forage? What's forage? Kid is addicted to repetitive tasks, and the other is a card nerd, so autism is genetic. I mean, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure the small one is somewhere on the spectrum, but we haven't subjected her to any therapist because there's no need to. Like, she's doing fine. So why the fuck would we have her treated for something that she may or may not have? Who gives a shit? If she struggles with anything, like, we'll deal with that then. But other than that, she's a perfectly fine little gremlin. And with the genetics of the older one, I've had nothing to do. He is just like that. Love him. My youngest is a hype card type. He also demands to open our card packs in Pokemon TCG Pocket. God, I should have gotten into Pocket. I should have gotten into Pocket when that launched. But now it seems like I'll be, like, so far behind in terms of collection that there's no point. But I should have gotten into it when it launched. I didn't. Too late. Anyway. Now I want to play card games, you monsters. God damn it. I'll just open Sparkly card packs. I like playing video games. I've never been a collector. I've never really been a collector. I've always been a hey, I want this card because I can play it in something, not because it's shiny. I know that Pokemon has a very large fan base that likes to collect, and no value judgment on that, right? Like, if you get into a card game because you're a collector, we can be friends. If you want to get into a card game because, like, you want to play it, we can be friends. If you get into a card game because you like the fucking lore, we can be friends. The only time that we can't be is if you're an investor. Then I want you to, like, hopefully go off a bridge quickly. Thank you. Disgusting. Other than that, there is no wrong reason to go into, like, a card game, or let's say, like, really any hobby, right? Fuck it. You like something about the a hobby that I like? Cool. Better for you. Like, fucking happy. But yeah, the collection aspect doesn't really do much for me. Like, the only reason I'd get into it is because, like, I can play the fucking thing, and for that, it feels like I'd be very, very far behind in terms of, like, sets. You've got both, Misty? Oh, no. The premise of Pokemon encourages collectors. Oh, no, absolutely. That's what I'm saying, like, no value judgment at all, right? Pokemon puts a huge emphasis, like, on the collection aspect. Not just the game, but the card game specifically, right? One thing that I appreciate about the Pokemon TCG a lot is the cards themselves, the card designs. There is some outstanding, absolutely outstanding art to be found on goddamn Pokemon cards. This is also kind of the reason why I'm not super into the Pokemon TCG, because the card design might be insane and the art on it is pretty as all hell, but the game itself is kind of fucking mid. Like, the game is kind of awful. I do not actually like the game. I play it every now and again. I don't play it well. Cass and I every now and again play. We're currently trying to find, like, a way to draft it. We recently did, like, a mini little draft where we both opened, like, a pack of the set, then made a deck from it, and then played each other for a couple of games. It took about an hour to make a deck, and then the games lasted for about 5 minutes fucking each. And in those 5 minutes, I didn't feel like I made a meaningful decision at any point in time. Right? Like, at all. It's just... like, I guess I play my one supporter per turn, and then I hit you. Like, okay, cool. If you played the first editions, I grew up with the first editions engine. Absolutely. I grew up with the first ever printings of the Pokemon card game, like, way into it. I was the target demographic for them. I own a shit ton of them. The only reason why the cards that I still own from the Pokemon TCG aren't worth a fortune is because they're in German. So they don't matter. Like, yeah, like, we're sitting on, like, first editions on a shit ton of cards, mostly because I never get rid of cards that I owned at one point, right? We're sitting on a shit ton of cards from the very first printing. They are just not in a language that's super desirable on the market, so... And I'm not in the process of selling memories anyway. Like, these things have sentimental value to me that kind of matters a bit more than, oh, look, I could sell this Charizard for, I don't fucking know. But it was a fine game as a kid because of the simplicity of it. But even though they've added more and more to it, and there is skill expression in it, obviously, it doesn't have enough decision-making for me to, like, really dive into, right? You see the card that the VA of Kaiba got for his 30th career year? No, I didn't. I had a signed foil first edition Venusaur card as a kid. It was stolen at school, and I'm still disappointed about that. Yeah, the school drama of it all, right? Like, oh God, our school went in and out of banning Pokemon cards. Not because they are the devil or whatever, but simply because of the drama. Like, we had so many instances of someone, like, being accused of stealing someone else's card, someone destroying someone else's favorite card because they lost a game against them. Children being, like, cruel little gremlin bastards, right? Basically. I don't know, like, me and my friends, we never really had that problem. There was a lot of trade scam, right? A lot of like, oh, you don't need this card. Like, you can trade this to me. Obviously, we didn't really know what the value of any given card was at that age. We didn't have, like, access to, like, all of these trades markets. We didn't really approach trading by going like, yeah, where do you see the value of this card? Like, we didn't know any of that shit. We just went like, hey, this card's shiny. Do you like this shiny more than this one? Yo, let's go trade that. Whether a card, like, the first time I was confronted with like, hey, how highly do you value this card was in Magic, actually. I opened a Falling Star, first Kamigawa set. The fucking Falling Star Black Dragon thing that says when leaving field drain 5, that one. And I opened that in store, and someone came up to me and went like, yo, like, how high, what's the price for this? I'm like, what do you mean, what's the price for this? Like, I don't fucking know, dude. And he like kept hammering me on it, and like, oh yeah, like price. I'm like, fuck off. And then the store owner threw him out because he was pestering people. But that was like very late, obviously, but that was the first time I was really confronted with like, okay, so you need to pay attention to monetary value. You don't want to trade a card for less than it's actually worth, blah, 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 blah. And if I'm going to be entirely honest with you, if I'm going to be entirely fucking honest with you, it completely devalued trading card games for me. Like, that moment when we all became more and more aware that cards were worth a certain amount of money, and like a $20 card should have been traded for anything in approximate the same value, that moment ruined a lot for me. For those of you that play trading card games, right, like physically, when was the last time you actually like traded? When was the last time you actually like sat down and went like, hey, here's my binder, see anything you want, and like just like sat down and like traded shit? Because for me, that was 15 years ago. It's been a while. Like, nowadays, if I need a card, I don't go fishing like at locals or something. I either order singles online for it, or I just like crack packs, which is never a good idea, by the way. Don't like buy singles instead. But I haven't traded for anything like for a long time. I don't know. That part's just kind of dead to me because it's just commoditized, right? When I was a young kid that didn't know the value of cards a very long time ago. Exactly, Sinjin. Same thing here. I can tell you the most cringe trade I've ever done. I can tell you the worst trade I've ever made. How about that? Here. The worst trade I've ever made was, if you remember Magic the Gathering Mirrodin format, it's all Arc, right? Like, it's all affinity for artifacts, right? It's Ravager fucking control, it's Ornithopters with Skull Clamps, it's that. Like, remember that format? Because Affinity Artifact, that was the deck I played. I had the entire thing. But I was really bored of it because the deck was fucking boring. Because you just kind of win, right? And I took down a lot of store tournaments with it. But I'm a little autistic kid at that point, right? So, like, I have a card type that I really, really like. There is a card type that exists out there that I'm a huge fucking fan of. And someone, like one of the regulars in the store, in hindsight, I got ripped off to hell. I got ripped off to absolute fucking hell. So the guy goes, like, I've known the guy and, like, he knew what he did, but he goes and, like, hey, you want to trade that deck? I'm like, oh, the entire fucking deck. Like, oh, like, I'm tired of it at this point. Like, I don't really know what it's worth. So I go like, yeah, sure. Like, what do you offer? And he goes, listen, I got a copy of every single sliver ever printed. And I go like, say no more. Because to this day, that's my favorite fucking archetype. I fucking love slivers. I fucking love slivers. So Kid Me goes and trades an entire, like, 100% completed Artifact Affinity at the peak of its dumbfuck power deck and trades it for like 1 to 3 copies of every sliver card ever printed. I got a lot of cards. But in terms of value, nowhere fucking close. Nowhere close. Like, not even beginning to, like, breach the value of, like, a fucking Ravager. Not even close to it. Completely ripped off. I'm not mad at it. I still have every single one of those slivers and I still love them. But they're a stark reminder of, like, you don't really trade in trading card games anymore. Right? Like, you don't really. That part's super dead for me. It's a shame. There's an innocence that died, and it's mostly the internet's fault. So slightly traumatized from facing off against sliver commando decks. Yeah, cascading's fun, I know. I didn't like slivers because of the power level, if I'm being entirely honest with you. Because, like, dying to a board wipe has always been a thing. But there's something about, like, the weird hive mind thing. You might find that this is a common theme with me. There's something about, like, this whole hive mind theme thing, right? This, like, swarm thing. I'm a Zerg player, right? I'm a Tyranid player. I really like slivers. At one point, I'll have to go talk to a therapist about this. I don't know what they'll tell me. Maybe I don't need a therapist. Maybe I need, like, a shaman or a fucking exorcist. But there's something about that theme that really appeals to me. I don't know what it is. I just think they're fucking cool. I just think they're really, really cool. And that's it. That's all there is to it. But the trading aspect for TCGs like that is absolutely dead to me. And I think there isn't a trading card game out there that suffers more from this, or has suffered more because of this, than Pokemon. Obviously, Pokemon, like, trading is still a huge thing, but the spirit of it all is dead. Is absolutely fucking dead. And no card game has had this be more intrinsic to its core value than the Pokemon TCG. So, enjoy playing Control and nobody enjoys playing against Control. I really like playing against Control, Ham. You know what? I really like playing against Control. You know what I don't like? I don't like playing against stun or stacks. Like, if you play a proper Control deck, and we can have a good back and forth, we both take game actions, we both make meaningful decisions, we go play back and forth, fucking love that. The problem for me arises when my opponent, or me, I do that too, start playing decks that mean I don't get to make decisions anymore. I don't get to make game decisions, I don't get to take actions anymore. The more stacksy, the more like negate fest kind of a Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon doesn't really suffer from this all that much. Historically, it has had a couple of formats where it did, but when these options are taken away from me, when there's a lot of cards that say your opponent can't, that is the problem that I have. A good fucking Control matchup, eye for an eye, removal for removal, like blow for blow, sign me the fuck up. And that... Oh, we're talking about this a lot today. And this is why I'll defend current Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. This is why I'll fucking defend current Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe not the current... No, the current TCG format, absolutely. Maybe not the current Master Duel format, maybe not the current OCG format. But the biggest gripe that people that have no idea what they're talking about have with current Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that, oh, it's so fast, there's only like 2 or 3 turns, and then it's all over, yada, 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 that's too fast for me. And I will always make the argument that within those 2 or 3 turns, they're absolutely right, That is the state of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But in those 2 or 3 turns, you are making dozens of decisions. You're making... there are so many interactions in those turns. Unless you draw like shit. If you draw like shit, you're fucked. Okay, but that's true in every game, right? There are dozens of interactions and dozens of game decisions that are being made in those 2 or 3 turns. It's kind of the essence of it all compacted down. You may not like that, and that is very, very fair, right? That's very, very fair. But no other card game has, or like tries to walk that line just like that, right? And that's why modern day Yu-Gi-Oh! Is kind of cool. There are obviously, sometimes you step over that line and you can just kind of compare your opening hand to your opponents and then shake hands. That's when it gets bad. But when it hits that line precisely of, I know when to interact with my opponent, how I can skill express through that. God, it feels so good. You can have meaningful, like, blow for blow moments distilled down into a couple of turns that aren't, I play a land, pass, I play a land, I pass, I play a land, I pass, here is a creature, removal for that creature, play a land, pass, right? Whatever. The bigger YGO hurdle is the fact that to be proper competitive, you need to know most, if not all, cards currently in play at a given time. So you know just which of multiple steps you should try and drop the chain. That's a legitimate problem, Ori. That is a legitimate problem. I'll say that if you look at the best players we have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, your Cottons, your Schmidts, your your like world champions, your highly competitive players, your Dinkabuis, right? Then I will tell you that these people don't know every card that exists. Not even like a lot of the cards that exists. But you're still correct in a way that... I told Shinxi this when I taught her Yu-Gi-Oh! The way that you learn Yu-Gi-Oh! Is by kind of losing to every single card that exists. You learn what a card does and how it interacts by losing to it, and that can feel really shit for new players. The onboarding experience for new players in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And it's worse than that, because in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you look at an archetype card, it is really hard to fathom how that archetype works. You can't just look at all of the cards that are in a deck and go like, oh, that's the combo line, that's what I need to interrupt somehow. Because the game's too complex for that. You need to see it in motion. You need to see the gears turning. And quite a lot of times that means you need to be crushed by those gears before you can learn the intricacies on and when to throw a wrench into it. And that's not great. That is not a great feeling. That is awful for new players. Because it teaches them that you aren't good enough until you've been beaten this and this amount of times. I will say that at the end of that hill, which you never really crest that hill, right? But like at the end of that hill lies a really interactive and really, really fucking fun game. That's the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's fun. I wish this game wasn't fun, because then I didn't have to tell you like, no, all of this bullshit is kind of worth it. Like at the end of that road lies a really rewarding game. But man, the new player path sucks ass, right? Sinjin says, just experiencing the just compare hands and you figure out who won situation is one way toward it, while I got worn down on modding Yu-Gi-Oh! The last format was really bad for it. Sinjin, I think the last format was really, really bad for it. We're still kind of, like, especially in Master Duel, we're still kind of stuck in Snake Eyes hell. But right now, it's the minority of games. Like, a tiny, tiny fraction of the games where I feel like that. If I'm currently playing, for example, like a World Cup qualifier or just general ladder, I feel like most games that I lose are either because my deck building isn't good enough, so I brick like hell and I need to improve what I'm bringing, or because I make the wrong decision. Like, a lot of the games that I'm playing right now feel very winnable beyond just comparing opening hands. Sometimes your opponent opens 5 hand traps and you suck dick. Fine. Sometimes outlier games happen, right? But those outliers are exactly that, right? They're outliers. Because Magic the Gathering is slower, takes much more turns compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! The win-lose isn't as dependent on the original draw between you and opponents, like Sinjin just said. Yeah, but look at how many turns you take in Magic the Gathering where there isn't a decision being made. You play a land, you pass, right? You play a land, you pass. Like, those aren't turns. There's no value in it. A lot of Magic the Gathering comes down to like 2 or 3 really explosive turns, whether your opponent combos off, or you stop your opponent from comboing off, or you combo off, or they stop you from comboing off. And that's the game decided then, right? This is one of the reasons why Commander is such a rewarding game format, because it balances that explosivity. And I will argue that in any Magic the Gathering game ever, there have only really ever been 2 or 3 turns that have mattered. And that's not much different from what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is right now, except that in Yu-Gi-Oh! It front-loads that. Years ago now, and I look at it just to remind myself on how much I crashed out. I mean, sometimes you get really frustrated, right, Sinjin? There's no harm in that. There are periods of time when I go like, Master Duel sucks dick, and I put it down and I don't want to touch it again. And then there are moments like yesterday where I see like a random stray card that pops up on my Twitter feed, and I go like, fine, I'll build that deck. I don't know, at the end of the day, what I really enjoy at the moment is just playing friendlies with people. Just playing friendly games with people. Fuck ladder. Like, find someone you like playing with, agree on a rough power level, then just like play with them. For example, the games that I've played with Jinxie, where like, she's clearly a new player, doesn't have like an established deck, doesn't know how deck, or didn't know, past tense, how deck building worked, didn't know how comboing worked, didn't know how board building worked, none of that. Like, I just make a deck against new people, and like, we just have a back and forth, right? We had like a 20-turn game where she ended up beating my face in, not because I let her win, but purely because I decided, hey, we're bringing a lower power deck. There's still a very, very good game in there, right? It was a fantastic game. And if you find people that you can play with, to just like agree on a power level with, to just have a good back and forth, like that's when the game's at its best. They're rewarding, I say dopamine spikes on good draw and the joy of succeeding in your combo. That's the same thing. Like, yeah, like we're saying the same thing. I just say it in less words. Ironic, I never say anything in less words. So we've been stuck on this cutscene farm. Y'all want to play more Rune Factory? I want to play more Rune Factory. Stop being interesting! Perfectly agree, I just don't think Master Duel is the best medium for that. And that is where I disagree with you, Sinjin, because I think Master Duel is the best medium we'll have for that. Because there's no other medium that I can go and just play Yu-Gi-Oh! With someone, like... Yes, Dueling Book exists, Nexus exists, I know, but... There's no other quality medium that I can just go and go like, hey, you, person from a different continent, let's just, like, jam some games. MD is really good for that. MD's laddering experience isn't. But I don't know, we're also freshly coming off of like what I think is probably the best event they've ever made. It's not the World Cup qualifier, the DICE event before that, right? Y'all were on 1 day left for 35% off gift subs. Wait, there's 35% off gift subs? I didn't actually know that, what? Please spend responsibly. Having said that, I like money. Alright. Rune Factory. I'm putting my foot down. You all are way too interesting. I could chat with you about card games for an eternity. But, I want to plant some plants, please. Wolf, I have no idea what that means. Please stop doing that. Like, you don't speak Runic either. No matter what you believe. Don't do that. English.
Ever since that disaster,
Rune Factory!
plants and animals alike have lost their vigor. The land itself is starved of runes.
Runes?
Simply
Runes?
put, the source of all life.
You all play Runic? F again? What the fuck is going on? Twitch is not behaving today, huh? Twitch is not behaving today. Hold up, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Where is... We'll find people that are equally... Yeah, it's everyone again. It's everyone again. hold up. I need to complain about this real quick. And dead again. Yep, and it's gone again. Twitch is behaving very well today. This is great. This is great. I hope this is. I want to see how this is all represented in the VOD. So, and dead again. Yep. Dude, this is awful. This is absolutely awful. Do we have Twitch saying anything about this? Twitch. Anything? No, the last post from them is from yesterday, something about site-wide issues that they haven't recovered from. I can tell you that for a fact. Are we back? Hello, everyone? I have no way of checking. So here's the problem. I have no way of fucking checking. I could open my own channel. I could do that. Never mind. I do have ways of checking. I'm just stupid. Just don't listen to me. But I can tell you that it's not on your end, everyone, and it's not on mine either. Like, this isn't on us. This is a Twitch thing. There seems to be a connection thing. It's not, Wolf. It's literally not. Something with Twitch is fucky on Twitch's end. It's not just me crashing. It's not just you crashing. It's there's many channels. I just flipped through like a couple of friends of mine, and they're all having the same crash issues. This is not that. We got through an entire rant together, right? It'll be fine again. Hey, listen, everyone, thank you for your patience, okay? I'm sorry there isn't much we can do about this right now. We can just kind of hold on and wait, and it'll be okay. Twitch is upset you stopped the rant. Okay, if me ranting about card games is the only thing that holds Twitch together, then we should just do that. Let's continue, shall we?
Looks like it won't bloom this year either.
We will fix this tree.
How tragic. This is the sacred tree, guardian of our village. Before the collapse, it gave us gorgeous flowers every year.
This tree is super fucked.
That captivating sight earned us another moniker. Village of ever-blooming flowers.
So we have to rebuild this village, right? That's the
Do you
goal.
really plan to cut it down?
No, what?
Indeed. Takumi's inspection revealed that the roots have already begun to rot.
Oh no.
Best to remove it before it falls and possibly injures someone.
But that's so sad.
Did the god leave?
I can still save this tree.
Afraid so. Legend says that a very beautiful, buxom deity once called this tree her home.
Oh?
Not
Oh?
that any of us
Sorry,
have
what?
laid eyes on her.
Now I'm even more interested.
I was barely older than Suzu when this tree last bloomed.
Hey, what's a buxom?
Don't worry about it, kiddo. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, no, don't skip this. No.
There's Yae.
Someone recorded that with a straight face. Oh yeah.
And so our population drops again.
Another one leaving.
From what I hear, the rest of Azuma fares little better than our village.
Oh, it's not just us.
I wish her well out there.
Great Guardian, if you're listening, I hope you recover soon. And when you do, please bless us with your beautiful flowers again. Please. That does it. I'll be the one to revitalize our village. I'll convince plenty of customers to visit my tea shop and try the best dango in Ozma.
Dango!
That's the
Sorry.
spirit.
Dango?
Let me help.
Yeah.
Dango? Dango though? Give Dango? Thank you? Dango? Main quest. Something on Suzu's mind is now available. We're obviously
What's
going
wrong,
through all of the
Suzu?
intro stuff, right? So nothing
Can I
much
ask
in
a
terms of
favor?
freedom yet. But we'll get there.
Go ahead.
Rune Factory's kind of
So lately,
famous for that.
whenever I play outside the village, I keep seeing this really weird animal.
Oh no.
Weird. How?
Oh no.
It's round,
Naviru is
and white,
back.
and fuzzy, and just really weird.
No, that's just Ori.
Will you help me look for it? Pretty please?
Of course.
Really? Yay! You're the best! Come on.
Who's the fluffiest duckling
usually
amongst
see.
all of you? It is Ori, right? It has to be.
Huh? Suzu?
Okay, we follow the kid. Oh god. That's a dash to get used to.
I saw it around here yesterday. Bright white and covered in fluff.
Covered in fluff.
White fluff. A woolly, maybe?
Come this way.
Sheep? A sheep? An orange destination marker shows your current goal. Yes. Open the map from the camp menu. Yep. All of that. Pretty normal. Oh. Oh, there's resources in their village. Oh. Suzu?
I saw it here 2
Yeep.
days ago. I
Hopefully.
think it had super big horns, curvy ones.
Okay, woolly.
Horns? Then it can't be a woolly. Maybe a buffamoo?
Wait, don't woolies have horns?
Here either. Let's go this way next.
I thought they had horns. Okay, can we can't air dash. Never mind. We're going exploring. That's what we're doing. My god, look at all of this. Everything's completely ruined. This isn't just like small scale decay. This is just decay. This entire village is... Can we open the map? This entire village is just fucked. I wonder what this all is. Blighted land. This is blighted. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Frogs. Many a frog statue. Spring Dragon Shrine. It's really sad, honestly. It's just a really sad looking village. If we think about, oh, turnips! Sorry. Always excited about turnips. If we think about, like, RF5, the village you started in there was already, like, fucking beautiful by the time you got there, right?
I saw it around here 3 days ago. I gasped real loud, which must have scared it, because then it flew away.
A Hawaiian cow? Wait, what?
Flying rules out buffamoo. I'm starting to think this is a monster I've never seen before.
What if it's just a flying buffamoo?
I can't find it anywhere. But I know I saw it, I swear.
I believe you. Do you want to keep looking?
Suzu! Time to come inside!
We'll catch it.
Iroha's calling me. I better go home, even if I don't want to give up yet. Will you play with me again tomorrow?
Sure.
Of course.
Yay! See you then!
I wonder, like, how we integrate in general, because, like, this very much looks like the fields. Or a part of the field. Love the little vaulting, by the way. Big fan. But man, we're directly in the village then, right? There seems to be more field here. I'm usually more used to like the farm being separated from the village in some way, shape, or form. Can we head outside right now? We can activate you. The gate is closed. It seems unwise to venture outside right now. So we cannot. Oh, go to the Dragon Shrine and sleep. Fine. Strong thread. We're just going to be gathering everything we can find, right? That animation is super stiff, though. Like, this looks like a really weird vault. Something about that doesn't sit right with me. And give me orange grass, antidote, green. We will need to make medicine eventually. Sleeping restores your hit points and rune points. Staying up late makes you sleepy, gradually draining your HP before you finally fall unconscious. Sleep in a bed before this happens. We will die to this at least once. We will die to this at least 10 times. We shall steal everything that's not nailed down? Correct. And some of the things that are nailed down too. We will steal the nails if I have to.
Me.
Hate you what? No, I don't want to...
Heed me. Please, if you can hear my voice.
That is the goddess in the tree? Oh, it is the goddess in the tree.
Huh?
Ooh.
What am I doing outside? What? Oh, Earth Dancer, aid to the gods. Blessed Earthmate, hear my plea. Earth, what? A great shadow looms over this village. My life force is all but spent. Dancer, I bid you act in my stead. Me? I offer you my sacred treasure. Wield its kamiwaza with your dance, and bring salvation to this village.
Oh, we're literally dancing.
I beg of you.
Oh yeah, we're literally dancing. Okay. Oh, cool theming.
Hey, up and at 'em, partner.
Oh no. No, don't do this to me. No, don't do this to me.
Finally. Morning.
Oh no.
No, what are you?
Good question.
Whoa, was that called for? Don't tell me you forgot your own partner.
Partner?
You're kidding me. You seriously don't remember? Ah, well. Guess it's no surprise you wouldn't recognize me looking like this.
That's our dragon?
Wait. White? Fluffy? Horned? Flying?
You're the weird animal.
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I am a dragon, a descendant of the Mihoshi Habaki. I am the ivory one who soars the heavens, Mokoshiro.
Moko something.
Oh. Could you repeat that?
Come on! I'm not saying all that again. Just call me whatever you want.
I kinda like Woolby.
Wolby? That's your best name for the descendant of a dragon god?
Sold.
You don't like it?
Fucking sold.
It's fine. Whatever. Listen, you and I have a much
Oh,
bigger
no.
fish to fry at the moment. We've got to track down the Black Dragon before it drains all the runes from Azuma.
What black dragon?
No way. Please tell me you're pulling my leg. Why else did I make you an Earth Dancer?
Look, we clearly don't remember.
Earth Dancer.
Oh, there are the drums.
And this is that divine instrument from my dream. I'm supposed to use it in some sort of dance.
You remember now. Great.
Do
There
we?
you are. We've got trouble.
Oh, what's wrong?
Some kind of shadowy monsters attacking the village.
Oh, combat?
No.
Hey,
So,
I'm not done talking yet. Wait up!
let's see how this goes. So for those of you that don't know much about Rune Factory, Rune Factory has always had a greater focus on combat than some of the other like farming life sims out there. Do not equate to that meaning that Rune Factory's combat has been good. I don't think it ever has been good. Rune Factory's combat at best has been serviceable in the past. And at worst it has been clunky as all hell. The dragon spec, where's the guy on the dragon?
That dragon. It's the one from
Yo, that's the blighted land stuff. That's an airship! Excuse me?
There you are! Mallow! Black dragon spotted!
Roger! Hard port!
Please tell me you have cannons. Please tell me you brought a Dragonator! That's those are cannons! My tree! Hold up! You're firing on my tree!
Not even phased!
I can only compare to RF5, but combat is really good here. Any combat would be good compared to RF5 Psychic Eagle. God, I was hoping RF5 was going to innovate on the combat, and it was just clunky and bad. Ooh. Did not like RF... Well, it was Rune Factory combat. I'm looking forward to it hopefully being better. Rune Factory is my favorite Harvest Moon clone. Yikes, and understandable. Wait, that's Hina? What? Wait, we're in the same... Wait, we're chronologically... What?
Phew!
What?
That was a close call. Thanks for the tip. So, are you from this village? Not exactly. Oh, then you're a traveler, just like us.
I didn't know we were in the same continuity.
See a traveler? I am Mauro Perforte Saint Coquille. But please, call me Mauro. I journey
Never mind.
searching high and low for treasure.
Never mind. Hello, Mauro! Oh, and hold up! Armia! Hello, everyone. Armia, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. This is Mauro. You're meeting him at the same time as we are. Hope you're all doing well. You have been going through the same funny Twitch bullshit as we have, I see. Hope it didn't dampen your spirits too much. Twitch is certainly having fun right now. Works well enough for me to raid. Army, I've been disconnecting at the exact same times as you have. In fact, I've been switching over to you every time it happens to check whether it's still blowing up. Yeah, it's not something on your end. It's not something on all viewers' ends. There's nothing really to do. There's nothing really we can do. It's just waiting and praying. Thank you, everyone, for coming on over. While Twitch is holding up, we are currently taking a look at the new Rune Factory today. We're looking at Rune Factory Not 6. We're looking at Guardians of Azuma. I want to say we've just started. We have been live for a while, but I've mostly been ranting about completely unrelated subjects. We just had a very long card game rant. I'm just going to lie down for a second. It's 36C. It is disgustingly hot here today. I don't quite know how hot yet. Hold up. I haven't looked it up. It is 32, which is about 89, 90 F-ish. It is way too fucking warm here. I feel you. Rest up, Army, and thank you for raiding over. Hello, everyone. Miracross says, I mean, Harvest Moon is not that great for me who enjoys more RPGs and action-packed games. Yeah, no, absolutely. Rune Factory has always had more of a focus on the combat, more of a focus on hyper-optimization, right? While Rune Factory is a farm/life sim, definitely at its core, I don't want to call it more hardcore. That feels weird, but it's definitely a game that revolves more around the RPG numbers aspect of it. Like I said, please don't take that to mean that Rune Factory combat has ever been good. It really, really, really hasn't been. It really hasn't been. Oh god, I'm so bouncy today. For everyone coming in, this is... today we're in Scrungle form. We're in tiny, tiny, very bouncy Scrungle form. We're just going everywhere across the screen. Not my normal form, but for today it is. For today it is. Something cloudy here with a high 76. God, I wish, dude. I wish. No, it's abhorrently warm here, and it kind of came out of nowhere. Yesterday was a lot colder than today, this just hit us out of, well, not out of nowhere meteorologically, obviously, but a sudden temperature change. I think it's expected to stay that way as well. It's expected to stay that way tomorrow, and then it is probably rapidly cooling off again, but we're staying in the high 20s, or rather like the high 70s and upwards into the 90s for the next couple of days. For those of you that have been here for a while, you know that that means that I do not thrive in this weather. I do not at all. I hate it. But Rune Factory. Moral.
And this
Hello,
young
Moral.
lady is my traveling companion, the esteemed archaeologist, Fina.
Ugh, you keep saying it wrong. It's Hina. Hina.
I was gonna say,
You
but this is
always
Hina,
insist on
Hina?
calling me Mallow, no?
That's a nickname. Doesn't count.
Hello. Hina is an archaeologist.
At any rate, that black dragon gave us quite the runaround. How did you know its weakness?
Well,
What is she? Horns and floppy ears and a tail? She's Hina.
Hey!
Cool. I'm down for more Hina.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Suzu and I are fine. But the sacred tree?
What? Oh yeah, they bombarded it. So the tree's probably fucked.
Sakaki!
Ah, thank the gods you're safe.
What was that black dragon?
To think it would descend upon our poor little village. That dreadful creature has sown calamity across all of Azuma. They say it spreads blight bloom spores.
Ooh.
Plants that absorb the land's runes.
And that's the blighted land we saw on the map.
Has been weakened enough already. At this rate.
Oh no!
Worse still, our sacred tree was caught in the crossfire. The damage is too great. Our village will never recover.
Hey, Furthin! How you doing?
Cutting it down? But if we lose the tree, then...
We have no choice, child. Best to remove it before it harms someone.
Wait.
We can dance. It might help.
How do
Question
I
mark?
explain this?
How do I explain this? Let's not explain it at all.
You will?
We'll try something.
Oh?
Trust me.
And just what are you planning?
Don't worry about it.
Finally caught up.
That's it! The weird animal!
Wolby.
See? I brought a weird flying thing.
Just
That'll help.
catch me, you jerk! I can't fly very far like this, you know.
That talking Wolby? Wolby, if you know anything about this, please tell me. You're a divine messenger, right? I want to save this village and its guardian deity.
He looks like there's not a single thought in his head. Nothing.
Very well. I, the great Wolby, descendant of Mihoshi Habaki, shall impart my wisdom unto you.
And it
First
is...
things first, we've gotta heal the land. Follow me.
He's floof in his head, it's true. All floof.
Come to think of it, you said the god gave you an instrument in your dream, right?
Uh-huh.
Right. She asked me to save this village in her place.
Good wisdom.
Then it's time to put that thing to good use. The god of spring oversees this village. Her domain includes healing and mirth.
Mirth?
Start by giving these blighted trees a healthy dose of cheer.
Yo, if we just cheer at the trees very hard, that might help. No thought, just floof, true. Receiving a sacred treasure from a god lets you use your rune points to perform their unique ability known as Kamiwaza. Use the drum dance to heal or spur growth in plant life, as well as restore blighted land to its former glory. How many rune points do we have? We've got 20. Oh, it's E. So we go here. Still fighting the controls somewhat.
Good. On to the next.
Oh! Oh, we have instant rejuvenation, just adds water. You can't dance without rune points, you know? Snack on this if you run low. It'll get you back on your feet in no time flat. Oh yeah, got a tip for you. Just let time go by and your rune points will... Excuse me, my text? Pickled turnips? My favorite. Open the camp menu and go to your inventory to use items. Rune points naturally regenerate over time. Okay. We can burn the rest
This
first.
place was hit pretty hard. Get dancing.
Ah! Behold! Yo, I kinda wanna eat turnips now. I like turnips, though.
We've got to help it
The
out.
healing
Right?
bonk.
Yeesh, here too, huh?
Give me that.
You know what to do. There, that ought to perk things right up. Let's head back
looks
to
much
the
better.
sacred tree.
And we had enough rune points to follow it. That's the important part.
Okay.
Except,
now for the
give me that.
finishing touch. Use the dance of bonds to restore power.
Ah,
to
that's the thing
gods.
we're gonna have problem with there. No? Never mind, we're fine. Auto's on. Yeah, I didn't know it was autoing non-voice cutscene, non-voice text as well. Get dancing!
I
A good
offer
dance.
these humble words. Great entity which dwells within this tree. May your divine glory shine forth and bless us all forevermore.
Weird lyrics, but okay.
Amazing.
Can I stop dancing now?
I've never seen so many. So pretty.
Splendiferous! Is that
That's not a
what I
word.
think it is?
I knew
It's
it.
pretty is what it is.
The gods must have sent you to us for a reason. I barely did anything.
Right? Let's hear some praise for the real hero of the hour. Yours truly.
And you are...
I am the ivory one who soars the heavens, Mokoshiro, descendant of Mihoshi Habaki.
I don't think that means anything to anyone.
Wolby!
Lord Wolby.
No, don't feed him.
My
No.
deepest gratitude for your tireless efforts.
There she is. Peaceful god of spring and mirth. Oh no, she's a Lala. Ulalalaka? So we didn't just hallucinate her. That's the important thing.
Glad I am to meet you in person. From within this tree, I preside over Azuma's springtime and merriment. My followers call me the joyful elegance of spring. You may address me as Ulalaka.
Ah, divine
That name does-
Ulalaka. Forgive my appearance. I had
Let's call
no
it
idea
Sparkle
you
Tits.
truly resided within this tree.
You are forgiven, Sakura.
Fitting.
I have seen and felt how dearly you care
Very
for this
fitting.
village. Were I in your position, I surely would have done the same.
You honor me too greatly.
It's been like his entire life since that
Lord
thing last
Wolby,
bloomed, right?
Earth Dancer, allow me to thank you once again. In fact, might I borrow the drum I bestowed upon you?
I mean, it's yours, so yes, absolutely. Eyes are really cool, they really are, yeah.
Take this. I have released the sacred treasure's inner power. Your drum dance should be more effective now.
The intended
Though I
focal
am a
point.
god,
I don't know,
I've also
RF has never
multiplied
been much of a
divine
Guna
strength
game,
along
so...
with my runes.
And RF has had some
Earth
really
Dancer,
good character designs over the
I
years.
ask
That's the
that
important
you
part.
Save Azuma in my stead. Restore spring to this village and to the land itself.
Yo, let's do that.
How very encouraging. I would expect no less of an Earth Dancer. I entrust my hopes to you.
Thank you.
I
I'm
am
not
super
sure
down
how
for
much
more
I
like
can
village
do.
restoration, village building
I'll
focus.
give it my best effort.
Absolutely.
Yes!
Great going! You unlock the power of Ulalaka. I'm not going to be dealing with that name well soon, though. You've unlocked the power of Ulalaka's sacred treasure. Still, you can't use everything it's capable of right away. The more you use it, the better you'll handle it. Keep that up and you can eventually draw out all its latent power. That might be a little hard to wrap your head around, which is why we have the handy-dandy skill tree to show how it all works. But I love a good skill tree. Since we're here and all, why don't we try drawing out some of its power right now? Go to the drum down skill tree and unlock the shockwave skill. I love a good skill tree. Should we just call her Lala? I will just call her Lala, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get the name, right? Like, ooh la la. I get it, but it's more that kind of I get it. It's more, I get it. And unhinged personalities, absolutely, Rabbit. Absolutely. This is one thing that I've always really liked about Rune Factory as a franchise. Rune Factory has some really cool character design, but they tend to go a bit more on the out there kind of personalities. Not just in terms of like degen characters, right? But in terms of weird sometimes. And that's something that we do see a lot of in farm/life sims. We do see a lot of very quirky characters, but man, if RF hasn't had like some of the more outstanding ones, right? Ooh, Lalafell. Listen, as a proud Lalafell myself, yes. That's what happened. Unlocking nodes in a skill tree lets you learn new techniques and increase your stats. Unlock nodes with experience points, which you can earn by performing a variety of different actions. By hitting birds. I do not condone hitting birds, by the way. I love a good skill tree. We cannot look at the skill tree. Okay. Use drum dance to generate shockwaves that sends enemies flying. We do have a 21 XP. We spend 15. Please let me perceive the skill tree. Use the shockwave from the drum dance to stop enemies in their tracks. Press right click repeatedly to increase its effect. I will be fighting with the controls. Like, I can guarantee you that. Oh. Okay, we can't zoom out, but that's the entire skill tree. That's a decent skill tree. And then for our drum... Okay, so not monstrously sized, that's fine. I personally like really large and expensive skill trees. I will forever offer an enthusiastic hand job to whoever came up with the Path of Exile skill tree. The first one, not the second one. But I know that these can be really intimidating for a lot of people. And if we just have a good skill tree with like interesting effects, then this is like a decently digestible size, right? I can already see that we have like +1 to stats here, which I inherently don't like. I like interesting effects. But the bigger the skill tree, the more danger you run that you'll like turn off a certain part of your fan base that doesn't want to deal with that option paralysis of it all. So decently sized options. That's all I'm looking for. Oh, this seems cool. And I'm not going to read through all of it right now. Once we get access to more skills, we'll start reading it bit by bit. Otherwise, we're only doing that for an hour now, right? Hitting seagulls is required. 100% orange juice. It is required to hit seagulls. However, they roll 7s. So be aware and be afraid of the 7 gull. Be very, very afraid. Maddie, you are the best duckling. Well done. One thing RF never lacked, options. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. There's a lot of these small skill trees. That's cool. That is very cool. I expect there to be one for every tool, right? If you don't know what to do next, check out the quests menu. It contains information on everything from the main quest to villager requests. You can also select which quest to track. Tracking will display the destination and quest summary on your HUD. So, already we can't turn off, we can't turn off finished quests. That's something that I usually like to do. Turn to Sakaki.
My, living a long life has its perks. The legends about the buxom beauty certainly didn't exaggerate.
Sir? Sir, the word buxom is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Just like her... Nah, I didn't say that.
By the way, having witnessed your powers of restoration, I'd like to ask you a favor. Would you consider taking my place as chief and revitalizing our village?
The fuck?
Everyone here knows you. If you need any help, I'm sure they'd be eager to assist you.
Restore a tree, own the village. Let's go.
Say?
Sure.
Well said, partner. I see you're starting to remember your calling in life.
Owning all the villages?
I wouldn't go that far.
What's this, Monopoly?
Wonderful. My sincerest thanks. You've taken a load off my shoulders. Now then.
Oh, what was her name again, Revich?
Trust our village's future to you.
What was her name again? I know who you were
We'll
talking
take
about.
Good care of it.
Neptunia logic?
Guess what?
Two words that don't belong in one
Present
sentence.
for you.
Nep, nep, and logic.
Do tell.
Yo?
What's this?
Oh?
Proof that you're a true earth dancer. A terra tiller.
You can call it that, but a hoe's a hoe.
You can till new fields, grow crops, and develop the
I
village
love
as
the
you
bells.
please.
It's so over the
Terra
top.
tiller is my sacred treasure. So just like with Ulalaka's drum, you'll choose it from the list of sacred treasures in your inventory. Got it? Good.
Oh.
Now let's farm.
It's his sacred treasure. We'll be Lord of the Hoes. Let's go. Dude, that's a good hoe. That will never not be funny, by the way. Like, that will never not be funny to me. Remember, growing up doesn't mean that your human needs to grow up with you. It just doesn't.
Ulalaka?
La 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 la.
You look unhappy. What's up?
I think I'll just turn
Long
auto
have I
off.
slept. I never imagined that the village would fall in such hard times in my absence.
Ulalaka.
You don't know what Neptunia is? Oh, gods, no. Oh. Neptunia is Satan's gift to the world. Imagine, you know how anime has a tendency to turn like the weirdest things into anime girls, like ships or planes. Neptunia is video game consoles. Yeah, that. It's a very wide series of games and other media that tends to play its theme very innocently, but its fan base isn't. Yeah. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Like, okay, here's the weird confession. I have a soft spot for Nep as a series. The mainline games can be really fun if you like repetitive grinding. End of that sentence. Yeah, end of that sentence.
I would happily offer you my assistance. If only I'd regained my divinity.
But it is absolutely brain dead kind of grinding fun. Like, that's the disclaimer I'll have to give you.
Without it, I'm powerless to help.
Sounds like a job for the new head honcho.
Yes. We need to get the village back on its feet as soon as possible. And I hate seeing Ulalaka so sad.
Is more Yuri bait than sense. Also true.
Spoken like a true earth dancer. I've already prepared everything you need, so let's hop to it.
Turnip seeds? First things first, we're gonna do something about this mess out here. I know, let's clear out everything that's in the way and make some farmland. That'll give us a place to grow some great eats. 2 birds, 1 stone. Equipping the Terra Tiller will switch you to Village Builder mode, allowing you to expand the village in dedicated development zones. So we're just building mid-village. We don't have a separate farm now, or multiple separate farms. We're building in the village. With the Terra Tiller equipped, you can hold... That's a button. To remove any unneeded object. Is that shift? I don't know yet. Fields are but one type of terrain tile. If you want to grow crops, you'll need to place field tiles first. Remember that. So, group. It is shift. That is an interesting but. Oh, we just do that. Oh, that's different. Much better.
Yes.
Let's play some fields. Okay, we are not doing what I thought we'd be doing. Neptunia mainland does have its charms. Exactly, Syndrome. That's what I'd say. There's a lot of offshoot games that I don't really like and never really got into because they, whatever. But like the main line does have absolutely does have charm. just don't expect too much from it, right? Like, it's not the height of writing. Not everything needs to be. You can like dumb shit unapologetically, right? And it's very much that. It's very junk foody. But, I don't know, junk food is popular for a reason, right? Try mouse mode. Like, we're already on keyboard mouse. Is there a difference in setting? Press tab to bring up the building menu. Select what you want to place, then press F in the spot you want to place it. Yeah. Let's see whether we can mess with settings for that. What is that attached to? Keyboard mouse mapping, controller, camera controls. Is it just under settings? Because I'm dead set on KBMing this. Like, RF5 wasn't great on KBM. Like, it really wasn't. But I'm dead set on KBMing this. You can take my mouse control from my cold, dead hands. Let me know, Psychic Eagle, if there's, like, any specific setting that, like, messes with that. Or whether it's just, use the mouse, you idiot. In this case, yes. I mean, I guess we remove everything, right? No reason not to. It's when you hold tether to press R. Oh! Oh, motherfucker! Oh! Oh, what the fuck? This isn't mouse mode, this is fucking overhead. Oh, God. Why is this thing mouse mode? I thought mouse is in, like, the tool, the creature. The tool? What? Oh, this is just very powerful. It was the Switch 2 version was thinking of the drug. No, I don't think so. No, Eagle had a point. So, building menu? Path? I ruined some paths. I'm unruining the paths. There we go. Cool. That is 1,000 times better. That is 1,000 times different. Huh. Very different. Let's go place fields. We don't have a lot of fields, but we have some fields.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to do this, or is this ruining the way that I play the game? I think I want to play this in third person. It's legal cheating. I think we're going to still do third person mainly because, like, that feels really powerful for endgame optimization, but also it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. Yes, you wouldn't remember. We'll plant some seeds next. Take these turnip seeds. It's best to start with the basics. Let's plant those suckers. Press F to plant seeds when facing a field. Plant seed. Or don't. Do you want me to switch to a different tool? Is that what you want me to do? No. Hold up. Go back to building. Oh, we selected first. That's what we have to do. Of course. The animations feel a bit weird. It feels like they've made the animations a lot snappier, but they feel like they cut off like a fraction of a second at the start and at the end of them. You know what I mean? Like, they're not fluid. They feel like, now play animation, now end animation. There's some fluidity that's missing there. The first step to a green thumb, water your fields daily. Your seeds and crops won't grow without water, neglect them for too long, and they just might wither away. They feel interrupted, and they feel like they're interrupting other things as well.
Not bad.
So, on that front, not the biggest fan right now.
All right.
And now it's time for the harvest.
Just great.
I mean, not now, seeing as we only just planted them. Turnips, though. Wait, look at those turnips. See the shriveled up ones and the others that are nearly ready to harvest? Maybe that drum dance of yours could revive the former and help the latter finish growing. Use the drum dance to help your crops and trees grow faster. The dance will only work on each target once per day, though. You can also use the drum dance to revive withered crops. Use F to harvest fully grown crops. They'll even produce seeds. So we go E, drum, and then 3. Okay, I have no idea how big the AoE for that is, but there is an AoE to it. That's a nice haul. You got some seeds. You'll get seeds when harvesting crops. That's important info right there, so make sure you remember it. All we're going to do now is ship them. No shipping on this channel. You have more territory to look after, you'll stop calling that mode cheating. I mean, yeah, obviously. The thing about Rune Factory has and always will be that eventually all of this makes room for optimization, right? Like the way that you interact with the game at the beginning is never the end that you interact with Rune Factory by the end, because it comes down to managing a lot of territory quickly in the form of like a time-limited mode and optimizing the hell out of it. Once you get to that part of the game, that mode here is going to be instrumental in order to make that not feel like trash, right? Because Rune Factory can be very demanding when it comes to that. Right now, when we're at the start of the game, I feel like being more up and personal with it, third person, managing the little things we have, helps the game retain some of its like early game charm. So we're not going to like be messing around with this too much. Not yet. Eventually, obviously, at the end, that is going to change. Now, they did say this drum only works on them once per day, but these are new plans, so these work on them, okay. Wonderful.
Oh, little crappies.
Crappies mentioned! How fitting. How very fitting. Open the submenu with enter and send items to the shipping bin, to the shipping shed. Open the sub, I mean, this is the submenu, no? Send. Said send. Goodbye all the turnips. Any items placed in your shipping shed will be sold off automatically by the next morning, netting you a profit. This includes harvested crops.
Oh.
Nice! Remember, toss anything you want to sell in here. Once it ships, you'll earn a nice little profit. Well, we're in the swing of things, so let's keep this ball rolling. What a field tiles already. No sweat, we'll make some ourselves. First, we need the necessary materials. Since I'm feeling extra generous, I'll provide them just this once.
Leave it to me.
All you're gonna do is call me whenever you want to make tiles. Goal will be to create the various terrain tiles you can use in Village Builder mode. You must have the Terratilla equipped to do so. Field recipe. Payoff recipe. Rich soil. Red soil. So switch to Terratiller. And now what? Goal will be. That doesn't do anything. Because the Terratilla isn't equipped anymore.
Yes.
There we go. Morning! Let's get up and at it again. Need something? Create terrain tiles.
Which do you want?
Mobile crafting station. Red soil, required for plots of farmland. Needs rock and weed. Required for plots at farmland. Okay. What's the difference? Oh, it just needs 2 of each. We just require 2 of each. Okay. Let's go make.
Lend a hand. There, all done. Now comes the Earth Dancer's job.
Now I'm annoyed that we put down the first 3 because now I can't do a 3x3 with them. No, I can. Hold up. A true masterpiece if I do say so myself. Just do everything I've taught you thus far. Roll out a field and tile, plant some seeds. You don't have to harvest them this time. Plant more turnip seeds. Thank you for more turnip seeds, I was gonna say. So if we go into remove stuff mode real quick. There we go. 3x3s. My kingdom for 3x3. Much better. Now we go in here.
That's what I'm talking about. You've really got a knack for this.
Let me water them first.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Earth Dancer.
Do we still start you?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
This might just be enough.
Oh. By the power of turnip, I promote you. Village level 2.
Oh.
Oh.
I feel like I just got a huge boost of energy.
Ulalaka's granted you her blessing.
I'm not getting over that name.
Positive that her divinity's back.
I'm not getting over that name. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Ulalaka.
I have another request, Earth Dancer. If you could spare the time, would you help me revitalize the village? That would return my divinity to full strength, allowing me to assist you even further.
As the new village chief, it would be my pleasure.
My humble thanks. can't express how relieved I am to have an Earth Dancer like you.
Probably an intentional choice. Oh, absolutely. Creating fields and growing crops will revitalize the village, raising its village level. As the village level increases, the god that watches over the village will regain their divinity and reward you with new blessings. Speak to the god when the village is ready to level up. They keep just calling her the god, which makes me wonder whether there are more villages and more gods. Otherwise weird.
Hey,
Let's head back to the Dragon Shrine, call it a day. Let's not. How about we don't do that? And instead we finish this work. How about that? Zoop. And up. Oh. When are we going to fix that hole in the roof? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You can only carry a limited number of items. After reaching a limit, any item you pick up will go straight to the storage box at the Dragon Shrine. Oh, it instantly gets transferred there? Wonderful. So, this is one thing that's... I think for all of us that play these type of games, one of the big things is inventory management, right? To be perfectly honest with you, this is one thing that I think is a huge detriment to Tales of Seikyu right now, which is also trying to fill this like mythology-based East Asian farming sim thing, right? And I think Tales of Seikyu is a wonderful game so far, but the fact that it's inventory management suck dick, I don't think there's a better way to phrase that, it takes away from the game a lot, right? One of the easiest things is inventory storage, how crafting is handled, can you use things from storage, blah, 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 things in crates, are they used on crafting tables? You know that, right? I think with how far this genre has come over the years, we should not be dealing with you have to go to a chest, take shit out of the chest, then walk to the crafting bench, then craft the thing, then put things back into the chest. I think we've long since passed the era of that being acceptable. Because at the end of the day, unless you can find a reason for that to exist in your game, it's really just a chore, right? Limited inventory, limited storage like this has a purpose if you're thinking about dungeon crawlers, for example. You can only bring a limited amount of items into a dungeon, you can only take a limited amount out. But when all you're doing is wasting time with that, go to the chest, pick stuff up, go to the crafting bench, craft it, go back, put stuff back in, take other stuff out, blah, blah, blah. There's no limiting factor there. The gameplay doesn't get richer from this existing. It's just a chore. If that's what you're dealing with, and that is 90% of all farm sims, you really shouldn't have that shit anymore. Like, you really, really, really shouldn't anymore. And it is one of the big things that holds Seikyu back a little at the moment. We'll see how this gets handled here, but the fact that they're already saying, hey, if your inventory's full, we'll auto-send it to your chest, you don't have to worry about it lying around. That does a lot. That does a lot, right? Some people like limited storage, says Ravage, but it's often more of a hindrance to many. Like I said, there are video games, and there are concepts for games where a limited storage has actual benefit to the gameplay, right? You're forcing your player to make a decision. Moonlighter, for example, is a very good point there, right? You have to manage your inventory because there's only so much you can take and bring at any given day. Graveyard Keeper is another good example for the opposite side. Absolutely, Ravage. Graveyard Keeper is a wonderful example of a game where there really isn't a point to that limited inventory, right? It's just a chore. And so there really isn't a point to that mechanic existing. If the gameplay gets enhanced by it, if there are meaningful decisions, meaningful interactions with an inventory system, then I think that's a wonderful lever that you as a developer can use in order to make your players do specific things. But if your only interaction with it is like take, bring back, and all you're doing is wasting time and making players run back and forth without there being decisions that have to be made, then like really consider not fucking having it. What, Serine? All I can say is I'm hyped for the upcoming Supernatural Murderer LI randomized by game file upcoming. Oh, fuck. What's it called? Grave Seasons, right? I saw that. So it's funny you should bring this up. I was talking to someone about it earlier. Specifically. Wait. Hold up. I need to check an email real quick. Hold up, let me check an email very, very quickly before I say anything else. Yeah, okay. No, we'll leave it at that. It's funny you should mention it, Serine. It's funny you should mention it. That's all I'm saying. Sounds like a fever dream with that description. It's interesting from its description. It's interesting. I have a meeting and I don't want to. Firth, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. I have 7 meetings scheduled for next week. And you know what the worst part of it is? 3 of them on Monday, 4 of them on Tuesday. And I am honestly contemplating walking to the nearest bridge on Sunday. Instead of having those meetings. Like, oh. Like, those 7 meetings will be in my final manifesto. I can guarantee you that. Good luck out there. Stay safe, okay? There is a life beyond the meeting. I can promise you that. It's worth living. Okay, so when you go to sleep, you'll receive a breakdown of your actions that day. Each category will be tallied up and you will earn a cumulative amount of all-purpose experience points. And then you will remember that you're not clicked into the right window. Use all-purpose XP to unlock nodes on any skill tree you want. We gained 22 all-purpose. Anyone good at seances? You asked Shinxie. This sounds like something she is probably going to be good at. I really need to do something about that roof. That giant hole that's in so much wind and rain. Isn't it lovely? Like, it cools down. Like, nice rain sounds. No, that was our wardrobe. And this is our storage crate, right? So let's just move... Oh, no. That's how we're handling this. Let's move that over. And then we gather more of exactly the same garbage. We'll need this. It's Rune Factory. We'll need this. And we might as well. Let me go down to the field. Oh, this is where they parked their little airship. Moro's airship. I'm tempted to sneak a ride. I'm tempted to steal the entire thing. I mean, how foolish of them to just leave it here. Directly within grabby distance. What will the carpenter Oni do? Fix the roof, obviously. I forgot where my field was. It is right here. So before we water this, I figured we don't need to water. Oh, the range is huge. Hold up. Wait, the range is gigantic. We hit this from here. Or maybe it's time to think about a different field layout immediately before we replant all of this. Let's go remake the field. Okay, so we do a little of this. We do a little of this. And we do a little of... Oh. Oh, you can just... Oh. What the hell? They're streamlining this like crazy, excuse me. Okay, I'm on board with this like a lot. That is very, very convenient. That is very, very convenient. Hello, Rune Factory. What the hell? That isn't great, by the way. I don't like this 11111 pop-up, but you know, what can you do? And then we have an 18, so I don't know. Like, we can definitely run 5x5s, right? And we know we're going to be hitting 5x5s minimum. I'm stupid. 18 does not a 5x5 make. Obviously not. But what if...
All right.
Can we make more?
So, Which do you
5
want?
by 5 is 25, by the way. Really basic fucking math, Karen and I. Really, really basic math. We can't make too much.
Leave the next bit to me. There, all done. Now comes the Earth Dancer's job.
But we can also already tell that I put all of this stuff away, and crafting is really chill. Holy shit, they streamlined this a lot. This is
All right.
very fucking nice, is what this is. Built. It feels weird. Like, I feel like I'm cheating. It's kind of what Eagle said, right? Like, this is kind of legal cheating, yeah. I think the planting I'll still want to do manually. Oh, but look at this. This, what the hell? This is, I don't, that is the only part I don't know about. Like, for the building and everything, I'm super on board. Yeah, we can totally do 5 by 5s. But for the planting and watering, I don't know how much I am liking the, hey, just click on it and you're done. Nah.
Hey, Sakaki.
It's convenient, but this is too convenient. Does that make sense?
You've got to stop pushing yourself. Can't you ask someone else to handle it for you?
Let me go, Iroha.
Why is my camera still? Oh.
I may be old now, but I was once known as the Demon Warden. This is nothing for a...
The Demon Warden!
Oh.
Okay, old man, come here.
What did I tell you?
Is something wrong? Let me know how I can help.
Such a kind soul.
A convenience, a difference between convenience and doing it for you. For me, the point of RF was always the farming and the optimization. This feels more like the farming has taken even more of a step back and the optimization has come more to the forefront than it already has. This feels more like, hey, get it out of the way with, when in reality, a lot of the farming sims, and historically Rune Factory as well, kind of revel in the act of doing it is part of the experience, right? The act of like tilling the land, planting all the seeds, watering all of the crops is kind of part of the experience. This cuts that back. And I can totally see that there is a good amount of people that will enjoy that being cut back further. To me, that cuts it back too much. That removes too much of the experience that I actually enjoy. Luckily, that's optional. You don't fucking have to, right? And I'm sure as we get further into the game and get more mechanics added on, just like Rune Factory usually does, I'll start to appreciate having a shortcut more and more, right?
Our carpenter Takumi left a few days ago and hasn't come back. Sakaki wants to go look for him.
And just like Eagle just said, this is also not Rune Factory 6, right? Like, remember, we're doing a spin-off, so it makes sense that we're putting a different weight on different things, right?
I thought I'd ask him to repair the dragon shrine since you're staying there. But, well, the curse of old age.
Oh, I know. Our new chief could look for Takumi. What do you say?
It's often what you'll use it on the last. I'm still going to lean into, I want to do the farming, so I'm going to be doing the farming. And once that farming becomes too much to manage, then we'll be switching over to it. There's a voluntary aspect to it, right? Like, if you want to, like, burn through that immediately, you tailor your own experience. I'm not going to tell you you're doing it wrong, right? Like, you do your thing. All that farming lag will come in the next main game. Yeah, or it could come right now when I want it right now. I don't know. You do you.
Great.
We can have a fight about this, but, like, you're not winning it.
How reassuring to have you on the search. Takumi went looking for materials in the abandoned shrine to the north. Oh.
You know what? Here's the last thing I'll say about this, and then I'll leave it, because what the fuck. If this was the only way we had to interact with our field, I'd be annoyed by it. But it isn't, so it's perfectly fine. Before you go, take these with you. They should prove useful for gathering materials. A cheap hammer. Now that you have a hammer, you can mine ore deposits to collect materials, stone, and ore. Ore deposits will respawn after a day. A common hatchet. Now that you have a common hatchet, you can start you can chop wood to harvest lumber and saplings and more. Remember, you can only harvest from fully grown trees.
The dragon shrine could restore my power. I might even
So-
regain my true form. Let's find this Takumi
Oh,
guy
it
right
doesn't
away.
get rid of the trees then. Wait, can we dance this? No, this is non-danceable. Interactables are still gonna be like a thing to find out what is interactable and not. That is not a fucking sentence. The minimap gives you a pretty good idea of that, by the way. Gives you a really good idea of what's interactable and what isn't. We get to interact with these for free, right? Yeah, this is just a free gather. Death to wood. I mean, it's pretty wooden, yeah. Doop, doop, doop. And this is also where we'll head out for the first time.
Wait!
Nope, I do not wish to skip this.
What's up, Iroha? Something the matter?
Yeah, you were about to start searching for Takumi without a single onigiri for the road.
Yo, jelly donuts?
You brought us some?
Nope, I thought you should prepare them.
Great, thanks, Iroha.
Why are you making us do the hard work?
I mean, I was planning to bring some when it suddenly hit me.
You're so helpful.
Do you even know how to make onigiri?
Do you?
Now that you mention it, no.
You've forgotten that, of all things?
Just like I thought. I've got the recipe and all the materials right here. So
Is the
give it a
F key
shot.
inconvenient placed in a keyboard? No, the F key is the confirm key for everything else, and I'm used to mashing through dialogue with whatever your main interact key is. Or with space. Space doesn't work, so my brain immediately goes to, oh, here's the other button you need to press F. But F in this case is skip. I don't think there is a keyboard button outside of enter, which, who the fuck wants to press enter to advance text? That actually
Can't
does that.
fight on an empty stomach.
But this is historical. Rune Factory doesn't know how keyboard and mouse are supposed to interact with one another. You can just left click to advance text as well, right? Like, standard Rune Factory problem. 5 was really bad at this. The standard mapping for this one is actually quite decent. The fact that I'm not on a QWERTY keyboard doesn't help it, but that's less a Rune Factory problem and more like a localization thing, right? In any way, things are rebindable to begin with, so we should just rebind them. With the right ingredients, you can cook at places like the tea house or izakaya. Like recipes to expand your cooking repertoire. Cooking can restore HP and RP or grant temporary stat increases. Cooking buffs expire the following day. Onigiri. Rice shaped into a perfect little triangle. Easy to carry around, even easier to eat. Okay, what are they filled with?
Exactly. Got it?
No, I'm on a quartz keyboard, Ravage. I'm on a German quartz keyboard. The biggest difference is obviously all the fucking stupid German characters, Umlaute, and Y and Z are changed. So it wants you to press the Z button, which historically is for every other keyboard is at the bottom left. For me, it's on the top right. It's a quartz keyboard. That's annoying with your left hand. It's doable, but slightly out of the way, ever so slightly out of the way. And obviously, it's still bound to Z. I just need to bind it to Y. Just need to turn it around. Hamburgers, jelly donuts. The meme is jelly donuts. You missed it, Ravage.
Not bad for someone who forgot how to make them.
No kidding. Though I'd argue that you had a great teacher.
Onigiri, by the way, really bloody easy to make.
As a reward for mastering the way of the onigiri, I'll give you extra ingredients to make more. It's
Please.
so simple, you only need a bonfire to prepare them. Give it a try if you find one.
Thank you for all the help, Iroha.
The real fun comes when you try to make them with a filling, because, my god, that's annoying. It's not difficult, but as you try to form them, you have to kind of be careful that one side isn't thinner than the other side, because otherwise the filling will come out that side. Especially if you try to do like, I personally like tuna as a filling, like some sort of like tuna paste that you make with it. And that can break really easily. Obviously a different structural problem, right?
Good luck out there. Bring back Takumi in one piece.
Steamed rice. Well, let me mess with things. So we have keyboard mouse mapping. We have rebindable keys, right? So most of my complaints are easily fixed by ourselves, which is a great thing. So one thing that I'm hoping to find is... that can't be rebound. That's great. That's wonderful. I love that. Why can't I rebind? Why is this one not rebindable? Is it tied to something else? Is that what we're doing? Because I would like to rebind every iteration of Z to Y. Why can I... oh. Okay, that's canon. You just can't do that at all? Oh. Oh no. Huh. That's fucking stupid. Huh. Am I missing something? Can I change except to, like, E? Wait, is E bound to anything else that matters? Sacred treasure ring. It's not complaining, so we'll just accept that. Oh, it's not complaining. And you can't access that in conversations anyway, right? Maybe it works. Finding where to buy the seaweed paper. Nori? No, Nori is super accessible. At least here. Maybe it's locked for now. I doubt that. Like, if... that would be weird, Eagle, right? Like, who the fuck would lock changing the keybinds to, like, later game progression? Who would do that? With a sub-sandwich bouncing down a hill in a scene? What the fuck? What? Short swords are well balanced and easy to wield, just like short shorts are easy to wear. While their range isn't very impressive, they hit fast enough to keep enemies on the back foot, making it harder for them to strike back. Combo attack. Left, 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 left. Ooh. Give me that. Okay, we're just stealing food from shrines now. Also, yikes, we're just taking... hold up, we can dance, right? Okay, so we just need to find the blighted zones on the map. Oh, oh! Hold! Treasure chest, hold! A monster would bind key bindings to game progression. Can we just open it? It's a mimic. It's gonna eat Wolby. Why not? It's practically begging for us to take a peek. You got a Ronin hat.
Wow!
Neat! A hat! Want to try it on? Equip it from the gear menu. Select gear from the cam menu, then choose equipment to change your weapons, headgear, body armor, and accessories. The appearance option lets you adjust the look of your equipment without changing the parameters or effects. We have free glam. What is it with me playing games recently that, like, have shit like this thought out? Lovely. Beautiful. I still... every time I see one of these, and then in appearance, we could go and say, like, hey, none? Give me standard? Oh, this is lovely. We're gonna roll the hat, obviously. We're gonna just roll with what we have equipped for a while, but nice. Immediate customization options. Big fan. Well, this is already more responsive than RF5's combat ever was. Okay. It's not like super flowy, like there's obviously there's commitment to your actions. But this oh god, that's a huge hammer. I thought we had like a small hammer now. But this is much more fluid.
What'd you find, huh?
Let's see.
Oh.
Don't quite know. I don't quite see attack tells yet. But yeah, you do commit to an attack. Like you can't really get out of it. Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine by me. Can't get a 2-for-1 on these. Oh, we are out. So if we go, how much does this restore? 8. Ito. I would really like the option to not have to press Z for this. But okay, I checked. I still can't rebind the same stuff. Yeah, Eagle, it would have very much surprised me if that was a gate capped option there. That's not something we see normally. Many things can be bound to progression. This should not be one of them. I think Mimic is the first tutorial enemy would be grand. I've played too much Mimighoul to not want more Mimics in my life right now. Treasure tutorial? Nope, it's a fight, fuck. Wop had that a bit later? Yeah, Wop did that, you're right. Oh, I missed World of Final Fantasy already. But I feel like if I play Wop on stream again, someone's gonna kill me. A dance upon... So this is our first frog statue. Ah, Earth Dancer, your dance has brought me joy and happiness. In gratitude, allow me to bestow upon you this recipe. Pickled turnips. Rabbit. What was that?
Huh?
What's a kid doing outside the village? You there! I saw you doing a weird dance. Anyway, I ever heard of frog statues? Who even are you? I'm Croaky. People call me the frog statue fanatic. But more importantly, do you like frog statues? Well, do you? I suppose so. We like the recipes they give us. Rabbit, after my long years of struggle and solitude, I finally met you're what? You're a child! After many long years of struggle and solitude, I finally met another soul who shares my hobby. You're way too young for that to be true. As a matter of fact, I'm a huge frog statue fan. Well, the fanatic part of your name says it all. Ribbit? How did you know my name? You mentioned it like 10 seconds ago. Still, how could I not like them? Those bulging eyes, the cool damp feel as you run your fingers over them. Everything about them fascinates me. Okay, you like them a bit too much. You okay? By the way, I have a favor to ask from one fan to another. That would be, as a frog statue fanatic, my duty is naturally to learn about every frog statue in Azuma. But I can't do all that by myself, no matter how much I wished I could. I'm bound by the bane of my existence. Curfew! I mean, you are still a kid. My parents don't let me out here because they say it's way too dangerous, so I sneak out instead. Please don't, your parents have a point. I know. I'll go straight home after this. But could you let me know if you find any more frog statues? Tell me about their location and shape and size, feel, smell, taste, everything. Hey, what was the last one? Please, I'm begging you. Why not? Ribbit, I knew I could count on you. You can usually find me in Spring Village. Let me know whenever you find a frog statue. So there is a village for every, season, right? Like, they point out Spring Village so much, there's more. There has to be more. Find enough and I'll give you some treasure I discovered.
Yeah.
Really? Really? Only makes sense to reward you for your work. After all, more frog statues mean more happiness. Okay.
Do it.
Great, thanks a bunch. Perform the Dance of Bonds before one of the many mysterious frog statues scattered across Azuma, and the god residing within will grant you a recipe. I love recipes. I love little collection quests like this. Oh.
That must be the entrance to the abandoned shrine.
Okay, after 4 we leave, that's the point. After 4 we break. And then the other important part is that we just burn through all of our rune points because optimization! Yeah, Unhinged personality isn't going strong still. It's kind of... So here's... I can give you my feeling on this so far, right? Like, I'm probably going to conclude with it once we're done playing for today. But I can give you, like, the idea that's in my head at the moment about Guardians of Azuma. And that is that so far this feels very Rune Factory, but at the same time also highly optimized. In one sense, kind of a bit to its detriment. Like, to its optional detriment, really. Like, this feels Rune Factory, but it's different. Which makes sense, it's a spin-off, for Christ's sake. I'll expound on that more once we finish up for today. I have a bit of time left. Known for its springs and clockwork industries care. Not everything has to be around season. Jeez. I was gonna make a Zelda joke instead, but you know what? Fine, Ori. It's not an RF game if it somewhat irritates you with some mechanics. Oh, no, absolutely. No, that's not what I mean. Many of the RF mainline games irritate me somewhat with a bunch of its mechanics.
I'm getting hungry.
Ooh, waterfall. I mean, RF down to its component is like a very, very annoying game sometimes. All of them are. But all of the RFs have a certain feel to them. It's hard to describe. It's very hard to describe that. No Rune Factory game feels like Stardew, right? Like, no Rune Factory game feels like Harvest Moon. They all feel like they're Rune Factory. And this one feels like that. But obviously, mechanically, it's not... Mechanically, it's separated enough, right? It feels weird to say this, but this one has too much quality of life so far to be Rune Factory. Does that make sense? This one, like, has too much quality of life to feel like it's authentically Rune Factory. This one feels like the Rune Factory developers slept with someone that had common sense, and then they made a video game together. Does that make sense? Rolled eggs. Sweet rolled eggs. I didn't feel like you needed to, like, differentiate between that. One of them is rolled eggs. The other one is rolled eggs plus sugar. Pinch! Never mind. Can we jump this? Can we stand on top of this frog? Oh, we can kind of stand on top of this frog, but then... Okay, no, we can't vault over that. I tried. Mostly a question of what you're looking for in a Rune Factory game and whether or not the spin-off is granting it. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. That will always really be the question that it boils down to in the end. Oh, we're missing a bridge here is what we are. Okay, I see. Oh, wonderful. The bridge is out. I suppose I won't be getting across here until it's fixed. Fine then. Quick look at the map. Didn't take that wood, but that's okay. In we go. You can warp directly to any save statue with which you've bonded. Open the map screen and press X to access the warp submenu. Here you can select your desired destination.
Prosper.
Onward! There's literally no sign of a bridge having ever existed there. No, it's on the minimap. The lack of common sense was part of the fun.
Oh man, talk about creepy.
Yeah, but like that's the thing that I'm so struggling with, Rabbit, right? Like that's the thing I'm struggling to express. Like a lot of the things that make Rune Factory for me aren't present in this, but it still feels like they are. Like this still feels like RF. Except that because it's a spin-off, it's already very distinct. Struggle expressing that.
What? Wolby, are you scared?
The combat feels a lot fucking better, I can tell you that for a fact.
Come on, be serious. You think a dinky place like this could scare a great and powerful dragon? I just don't want to have to clean up after you wet yourself.
I'm not going to expound on the Navriru component, obviously. But, you know. Oh. Hide, Pauldron. Equip the gear. Hide Pauldron. 15 death, 15 magic defense. Pauldron made from beast hide. Not the sturdiest armor, but better than nothing. Did we find an accessory? No, we haven't yet. To combat! Ah. Monster berries are impenetrable walls. They don't disappear until you've defeated all the monsters within. Getting out of an animation is borderline impossible. We just have to wait. It just means you can't Nash. That's a good thing. Dodge directions are a bit weird, though. It doesn't inherently feel like... It's got the same problem that R5 has, where you feel like you're locked into a direction, like R5's combat had a problem where like it felt really stiff because you were always kind of going one way, and it took a considerable effort for your character to not go that one way that you'd lock yourself into. Finally getting the hang of your weapon, eh? Sacred treasures aren't the only thing that give you perks for mastering them. Go to the short sword skill tree and unlock the charge attack skill. That should be a breeze if you keep unlocking more skills to choose from. So, let's have a look. Oh, we don't get to have a look, we just have to learn charge attack. Lunges forward with a dramatic horizontal slash. Hold left click, then release it to unleash a powerful charge attack. Okay, we should be in a bit better shape now. Did you know that your drum dance can also help you in battle? Using the drum dance will restore HP to you and any nearby allies. Drum dance, right. Okay. Oh, we just... Oh, and it eats 3 points every time you press it. Okay, that was bad. That was just bad, and we shouldn't have done it. Oops. Goodbye, my rune points. Mind you, the amount of rune points we have now is pitiful in comparison to what we'll end up having. And even then, food and restoratives will deal with this eventually. The fuck? Soy sauce? Dude, I love wild soy sauce. You see what I mean? Like, I don't really get to dash backwards. I have to dash forwards because that's where we're still locked. It's super awkward. Like, I don't get to do this. I can really only dash in the direction of what my last actual attack is. That's where, like, a lot of the, like, clumsiness of RF combat comes from. Like, if I wanted to dodge then, I'd have to neutral dodge. And that's just really awkward. You can't just left, right. A new recipe! Grilled onigiri. You've learned how to put onigiri on fire. Congratulations. You can dash back if you don't hold. Yeah, that's what I mean by holding neutral, Psychic. But what if I don't want to go back? What if I want to go left or right? If that's not my last pressed attack direction, that's not somewhere I can go. This is what I mean by RF combat has always felt like clumsy. It has always felt kind of, what's the word for it? Not stale, rigid. It's always felt rigid. What we have here, I can already tell you before learning more skills, before going deeper into any skill tree or other weapons, is already leagues better than what it used to be. This is already so much better than what it used to be. But it still suffers from, like, a lot of that.
Okay.
Like, don't worry, it's never going to be Monster Hunter, obviously, and no one would demand it be. But for being a game that has always been combat-centered, like, that has always put a bigger emphasis on combat, RF has had staggeringly bad combat systems in the past.
Great work, partner.
Oh. Timken. We should have charged attacked along the way somewhere, I reckon, but nope. One of the combat systems of all times. I mean, look at the combat system in other farm life sims, right? Like any other that doesn't prioritize combat as much. Like, you can't tell me that... I don't think there's a single person out there that truly enjoys Stardew's combat system. Stone sculpture recipe. Oh, it's not just cooking. Oh, cool. Like, I don't really think anyone really loves that combat system. It's just that it's serviceable for, like, the little that you have to do it. It's fine. Yeah, but is it, though? Did it reinstall Recetier? Fuck yeah. Recetier, also a game that has a dogshit combat system, by the way. May these fresh fruits and vegetables grow big and ripe and one day bring someone joy. The Horticulture Club. I'm so sorry I'm taking all of it. Thank you. I feel much joy right now.
Real threatening aura.
Ooh, treasure.
I also sense a human presence. Sure hope Taki didn't end up with some monster's lunch.
Oh wait, that's not how that works.
How about this?
That's how that works. Gotcha. No mention that second debt repayment in Reciteer, though. I did have fun trying. I absolutely love Reciteer. Absolutely adore that game. Oh, give me that.
Ooh, I spy a treasure chest. Come on, let's crack it open.
Ah. That probably wasn't the intended way to get up. That's our first accessory. Ow.
This is it.
Oh. Oh, we just, like, really hurt, eh? Okay, never mind. Charge attack really, really hurts. Give me that. Give me that. Capitalism? Oh, indeed. Exactly that.
Prosper.
Let's go cook. You can cook simple meals at bonfires. Cook.
What's on the menu for today? I'm
We
starving.
can make grilled onigiri with onigiri and soy sauce. I mean, that's not really the outstanding part. The outstanding part is that it's grilled, but yeah, soy sauce adds a considerable amount to it. Let's go make 3
Follow the
onigiri.
recipe exactly. Got it? Come on. Don't just wave that under my nose.
What else do we have?
Some too.
Sweet rolled eggs only requires eggs. Absolutely. Food!
Woo! My stomach's rumbling like crazy. Let's
And then
dig in.
rolled eggs would just be eggs and salt. Oh, what the fuck? Why are they... Huh? Sweet rolled eggs require only eggs. Normal rolled eggs require eggs and salt. Why do... Eggs inherently sweet? Are they? Really? Huh. I suppose. How much of an upgrade is this? An onigiri is heal 70. Adds 50 to the value. How expensive is soy sauce? Do we know? Let's keep that for now. Touch a lantern charged with runes will restore some of your rune points. Oh. So we have in-combat healing. That's why.
Here's a good spot. Wanna take a...
Cuts eat a lot of sugar. I mean, they're sweet. It's true. Forge!
Got company.
Yo!
Wilby, stay back.
Big Horge! Oh, let's fucking go! Bosses have high defenses, which make it difficult to damage them through normal means. So any strategies to fill up their stun... So one strategy is to fill up their stun gauge. Once the gauge is full, you immobilize them and deal much more damage. Each boss has a unique weakness too. Attacking them with their elemental weakness or striking their weak point will fill the stun gauge faster.
Hey,
Oh, they want us to learn how to perfect dodge now?
damn it.
Oh, we can counter as well.
Nice one. You got him good.
Let's not do that. This should be the stagger, right?
How about this?
That does more damage than just attacking? It does. I should have neutraled out of that.
Hey,
Nope. Hold up, I'm trying to perfect this.
here.
Oh, that's a really generous window. I don't know whether the hurt box comes back. It doesn't. That's like a really generous window.
How about this? This is it.
I'm still gonna be bad at it, don't get me wrong. But it's gonna be by choice. Goodbye, Horge.
Done.
Now to find Takumi. He might have
Takumi?
been somewhere to escape that thing.
I just realized our carpenter is called Takumi. No! No! Not more Takumi! No, I can't! No, I can't! I can't! Speaking of Takumi, Twitch chat, if you haven't voted yet, we currently have a poll going on Discord. I need to mention it at least one more time before I end today. We have a poll going on Discord to see what happens with our currently ongoing LDA playthrough. We have arrived at the conclusion of the 100 days of LDA. There is much more to the game. But in what way we interact with it is up to you. We can leave it at that, move on to the next game. We can do a route. And there is a poll on Discord for it. So the poll ends like in a couple of hours from now. It's not going to be live much longer, like 1 or 2 hours or something. So that's why I'm bringing it up, just in case you haven't gotten your vote in yet. Let's see, it's 3 hours left. And we'll do whatever you all want. I could absolutely play much more of it. We're at least doing a route. Hichi! Yo, Hichi, how you doing? Good morning. Although it's really late, so it's probably not morning anymore. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Hichi. Alright, let's go. Why is he named Takumi? Hordes, round 2!
This guy again.
Oh.
Munen Muso style. Cyclone Blade!
Oh, he's much cooler than us. Who? Oh, dare. Oh, dare.
Whoa. Took him out in one hit.
And without seeing anything, too. That is a ridiculous hat.
Hey, look!
Is that Takumi the carpenter? How did he become a monster?
With that hairstyle.
Light. I've seen it happen many a time.
When runes dry up, people fall more easily to possession.
Thank you for helping us.
No thanks needed. You'd already done most of the work. However, you must remain ever vigilant. A moment's carelessness may cost you your life.
Right.
I am Mudasame. I wander the land of Azuma on a quest to master the art of the sword.
Okay, take off the hat. You'll see better. That will help. Okay, no, he is cooler than us. Nope. Nope, he is cooler than us. That's okay. I can accept
I have
that.
many questions for you. But first, you must take this man to safety.
Yo, look at those fucking gloves. Love that shit. Cool. Oh. 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 Is he cuter than Zoe? Is anyone?
Now don't that just beat all? Never thought a monster would target little old me.
All that matters is that you made it home safely. We're all indebted to our new chief in Mudasame.
You can say that again. My thanks, y'all.
What is what? Why?
I'll repay you 100-fold. Just say the word.
Aw, yeah, gladly.
Huh? Who's this fuzzball?
Says the
I
fuzzball.
am not a fuzzball. For your information, I am a divine descendant.
Up, and that's how Wolby died. The end. Oh, this is a wonderful screenshot. Hold up. There isn't a way. No, never mind. This would just make for a perfect reaction photo as well.
Dearest Takumi, it's an honor to make your acquaintance. I am the joyful elegance of spring. Please, call me Ulalaka.
Well, aren't you a lovely young lady? You a traveler?
Actually, I've dwelled in this village since time immemorial.
Immortal goddess of spring, but close.
Come on now. I've lived here all my life, and I've never seen a girl half as pretty as you.
Wow.
My, you flatter me.
Whatever.
I was gonna say.
Hello? Not even half as pretty?
Let me fill you in. Wow.
Not the Wolby, anyway.
A lot happened while I was gone, eh?
Hey,
What's up, Fluffy?
you meant what you said earlier, right?
What did I say?
That you'd repay us 100-fold?
Oh yeah, you bet. Only fair for saving my life. You just say the word and I'll come running.
So we have a hole in the
That
roof,
better apply
please.
to me too. Saving you was a team effort, okay?
That's so.
Can't you humor me a little? My
Aw.
partner and I are gonna need your help later, so don't forget you owe us.
You don't need to be so gloaty about it. You already agreed.
Chief, would you come with me a moment? I'd like to give you something. Go on.
Oh.
Take this. Consider it a thank you gift.
It's a gun.
Isn't this?
It was my trusty partner as a young man.
Oh?
I'm sure you'll make better use of it now.
Oh! It's close to a gun. It's a bow. Hell yeah. A bow, huh? That'll make for a good secondary. What? A secondary weapon, one you can switch to on the fly. Let's say you're wielding a sword when you suddenly feel like using a bow instead. Like that. That's not what a secondary is. Try it out yourself and you'll see. Equip secondary weapon. Well, equipped.
Hey.
Let's put those skills to the test. Hitting the target should be a piece of cake. In addition to your primary weapon, you can also equip a secondary. Use Q to instantly switch. Bows fire a steady stream of arrows that can hit both distant and airborne enemies. Lots of left clicking. Aim and fire. Use control to ready your bow. Mouse to aim, then left click or V to fire.
Not bad.
Oh.
I see.
Impressive. I was right to put my faith in you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you
absolutely sure?
Go back to voice
I
acting.
think it's time. You see, this recent incident with Takumi has forced me to seriously consider retirement.
Oh.
I hate to ask for anything in return, but I'd like you to check the request board every so often.
Ah, there it is. Request
Will
boards.
sometimes hang wooden Emma plaques bearing their wishes. I'm sure they'd appreciate your aid.
Aren't they petitioning the gods to help? Yeah.
Thank you for all of your help. Well then, I'll leave this village in your capable hands.
Go take a quick look at the request board. It's your duty as both chief and earth dancer to help people out.
Villagers will write down requests on wooden Emma plaques and hang them on the request board. Make their wish come true and they will reward you. After you complete an Emma plaque request, report back to the request board to finish the job. What do we have? Bringing bustle back. The village feels rather empty without many people around. I suppose that's to be expected when it's this run down and has so few houses. Build a house.
All right, request accepted.
That's all. Talk to Takumi, who is somewhere all the way over there. Over time, obviously, we'll learn the layout of everything. Oh, exactly, Alfred, exactly.
Gotcha.
That's what all Sakaki wants, is it? Who am I to say no? Count me in. You're still injured, though, right? I gotta put the muscles to work every now and then, or they'll forget everything I taught them. The real problem's gonna be getting materials. Think you can handle that for me?
Leave it to me.
Can we ever? Just leave it to us. Here's a blueprint for a house, or what we call a recipe. Can't build without one of these. Let me know when you got all the materials we'll need. Humble House Recipe. A carpenter is your one-stop shop when it comes to constructing buildings and decorations. Finding recipes will further expand your construction options. Only villagers with a hobby woodworker skill can run a carpenter.
Yes.
You might know the process by now, but let's go over what we need to do just in case. Collect lumber from trees growing outside the village. Withered lumber won't do us any good, though. You'll have to perform your drum dance to revive the tree first. If you've got any saplings, you can plant them inside the village. Once they're fully grown, you can gather lumber from them, just like trees out in the wild. You can also mine material stone from ore deposits outside the village. Trees and ore deposits replenish themselves, so you can harvest them again the following day. If you can't gather up all you need in one day, you can always come back the next. And if it's money you're lacking, then it's time to grow and ship some vegetables. Come on, let's get to it. So let's see. What do we need?
Name's Takumi, owner of the Sakureya. Azuma born and raised. I've dedicated 15 years of my life to carpentry. I don't mean to brag, but I do it all. Construction, destruction, renovations, and repairs. You can leave any job to
I'm really
me.
good at destruction.
Hey,
So...
shelves to castles. I build it all.
Oh, yeah, we have plenty. We need 1,000. Okay, we don't have plenty money, but max HP plus 5. Simple life. Sparse lodging that can house up to 4 people. Okay,
Okay, stand back and watch me work.
so how do we place these?
Turned out great.
Now that you've constructed a building at the carpenter, place it in your development zone and it will grant various effects called village bonuses. Village bonuses don't just improve the village, they boost your stats too. Oh, that's cool. Note that you can place the same building multiple times, but you'll only receive its village bonus once. Some buildings only grant village bonuses in specific villages, so pay close attention to where you place them. That completely confirms multiple villages. Up until now, it was only conjecture, but if we go... Like, we need to be in edit mode for that, right? Not like that. Wasn't it like that? Where do we build it? Surely we don't build it in here. Surely we build it somewhere else, right? Do we have other fields that we can build this at? Wasn't there? Hold up. What about this down here? Oh, would you look at this shit? Hold up. Let me guess. We need to dance here first. This whole area could be cultivated if only something could be done about all that blight. Unfortunately, I don't know what that something is. No, this is a progression blocker first. Okay. So this progression blocks us first. That actually does damage, I think? That does do damage. Now we're poisoned. Oh, great.
Always a pleasure.
We're no longer poisoned. So, no, we have exactly one area to work with for now. Good enough. There needs to be some level of progression to do this in, right? Let's go into... I have no idea why this is called mouse mode. I wish it wasn't.
Yes!
There we go. Do we have a door? Oh, we have a door right up front. Let's go remove this. Nope, not that one. No, I needed that one. Never mind. Hold up. I'm moving this. And we're moving it like this. This is easier. There we are. And now it's the wrong way around. Ah! Damn it. Come here, you. House, you. Rotate. Nope. There. That's the right way around. Wonderful. Now we can hand in the request. Zoop. Dong dong. Bringing bustle back. Materials. Time to rest. But we can do more here. That's the important part. We can go craft now, for example. Will be.
All right.
We can get more terrain tiles going. So give me, like, all of them, thank you.
Me lend a hand. Great. Let's keep working the field.
First preheat the oven to at 450, then put the bricks, wood, and mortar in a bowl and mix them well. Put in the oven for 3 to 4 days until it's all cooked up. Then rest for 3 hours in the fridge. Put in your farm. That's how you cook a house. But, Chef Affid, what do I do if my fridge is not big enough for a house? Do we get a Naga or Lamia this time around? Right. Yo, what's your preference? If you had to pick between Naga and Lamia, what would you pick? Lamia all the way, by the way. Like, there's one correct option here. And... see if we can get the rest of the turnip seeds in. This was almost made for a 5x5. Almost. Fucking almost. And then we switch to Lush. The rest has already been danced for, but these haven't. There we go. All equal now. Wonderful. They cook a doghouse instead. But my fridge isn't big enough for that either. What if I have a big dog? The type in previous games seems a decent installment to try more monsterish ones. We'll see. We'll see. Ducklings. Oh, this isn't gonna work. For now, though. Zoop. Hold up. Let me... There we go. There we go. There we go. Like that? Like that? No, you know what? Zoop. Zoop. No, that's just... Back to the... No, that doesn't... That? Ah! There we go. Hold up. We did it. Back to normal. Give me my glasses back. Thank you. Ducklings, for today, that is going to be it. Let's see. This feels like a great entry. I'll come out of the gate saying that. I really, really like this entry. This is fucking nifty. It feels like Rune Factory, but obviously the spin-off-ness of it comes through. It's kind of like Rise feels like a spin-off Monster Hunter, right? Because it is. I like this quite a lot. Disclaimer, as always, they gave me a game. I got this for free. Always keep that in mind when you hear me talk about games, whether I'm positive on them or negative. Biases always apply, right? This is streamer privilege. This made a really good impression on me for first impression. I'll be playing a lot more of this. I can tell you that for a fact. I fucking love Rune Factory. We'll see where this one goes. Really, really looking forward to it. We are going to... Oh, I know where we're going today. Tolk is celebrating his 3-year anniversary. So, that's where I'm going to send you all. So let me just really quickly write up a rate message. There we go. That's your rate message. That's your rate message, everyone. I'm going to be back tomorrow. We're going to be back tomorrow. Keep in mind, please, that we have a bonus Sunday stream coming up this week as well. Tomorrow, we are back with the entire VTuber board game crew, where we're going to be continuing the KDM campaign. And then on Sunday, Armia, Jesse, Milo, and I almost forgot Milo for a second, are going to be jump shipping. We're going to be jumping ships. I'm really, really looking forward to it. The demo is about to run out. We couldn't find an earlier time to get together. But this Sunday, we certainly will. Ducklings, thank you all for being here today. Really, really appreciate you all hanging out. Sorry about the twitchiness of everything today. Hope to see you tomorrow. We're going to be live at 5 p.m. CEST tomorrow. So an hour earlier than we normally are because VTuber Board Game Night. And I would love to see you all there for that. If we don't see each other tomorrow, then I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all so much. And good night. Bye-bye.